Welcome to the stream, everyone. Lots to talk about today. Oh my goodness, this Fetterman Oz debate was insane. Here we go. We're live. Yes. Oh man. Welcome to the program, everyone. I'm Brian Craig. You are listening to the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest running radio show on the radio since 1977. Oh my goodness. That Fetterman Dr. Oz debate was tough to watch. Oh man, was that tough to watch. How many of you have seen it? Now I'll tell you this. The mainstream cable news, Fox News here, they made a very big mistake not carrying that debate live. That debate last night with Dr. Oz and Fetterman probably was the most interesting Senate debate on a national level in history. And I feel that the media let us down by not carrying that live for the nation to see. I mean, it was, everyone, how many of you were looking for ways to watch the debate last night? Yeah, when have you ever really gone out of your way to watch a Senate debate, even in your own state? Not to mention one far away like Pennsylvania. It was tough and sad at times. I know the guy's a liberal and a bum, lived off his parents. He's basically got the Bernie Sanders path here of life, right? Lived off his parents till he was about 40, bought his house from his sister for $1, I'm not kidding, and now he's trying to get a lifetime gig doing nothing in the Senate, like Bernie Sanders, who now has 5 houses, including Camp Crystal Lake, his summer camp. So, I get what he's doing, but man, that was brutal. And I'll tell you this, Dr. Oz is an amazing person. And I'll tell you why. Dr. Oz did something that not many people would have done in his position. I've got clips. If you missed the Fetterman debate with Oz, don't worry. I've got the highlights, and we're going to go through them on the program shortly. What Dr. Oz did was absolutely amazing, and he did something that very few people would have done and takes an incredible amount of restraint. When Fetterman was up there just totally out of it, I mean, I understand he had a stroke, he suffered brain damage. I'm not making fun of Fetterman. But my goodness, he should be dropped out of this race. This is really, his wife is like Jill Biden. Jill Biden is guilty of elder abuse with what she's doing to Joe. I don't like these people. They're Democrats and they've done terrible things. But Fetterman's wife, I wouldn't say it's not elder abuse. What type of abuse is it? It's spousal abuse. She's committing spousal abuse, caregiver abuse of her brain damaged, stroke suffering husband. But what Dr. Oz did that not many people would do, and it takes incredible amounts of restraint. I've been in similar positions on this program. He didn't talk when Fetterman was lost. And he just stood there and let Fetterman do what it is he was doing, showing that he is unfit for anything other than a disability pension or something. Man, it's scary. And look at where the Democrat Party is today. The Democrat Party is right where we want them. Total collapse. And it wasn't just Pennsylvania. There was we very well could have a Republican in New York. So we're going to get to all of that. I do want to get to the sound bites of the Fetterman Doctrine 1. If you're new to the program, my name is Brian Craig. I co-host the program. This is the Steve Kane Radio Show, the longest running radio show in the state of Florida on the radio since 1977. We're here weekday mornings, 5 to 9 a.m. We take live calls on the air. We talk about all the news, all the issues, all the politics, and have for, since 1977. And, of course, we will be here live the Wednesday morning after the election, okay, which is 2 weeks from today. We'll be here analyzing everything that happened on election night. Just 2 weeks away. So make sure you are here and tell all your friends about this program. So, I just want to be very clear. I am not laughing at Fetterman. I am not making fun of Fetterman. I would not do that. Okay? The guy is a terrible, terrible. He's a communist. So I'm not crediting the guy, but he has a severe health issue, a disability. He has suffered a stroke, and he obviously has brain damage. That's what a stroke does. And I'm not making fun of that. But it is important to point out that he is unfit for office. And no one could have watched that debate and had any other reaction other than Fetterman is unfit for office, lost the debate, except, of course, Stephanie Rule on MSNBC. But I want this first clip. Fetterman, I guess, won the coin toss, and they went to Fetterman first at the beginning of the debate. And he began the debate by saying good night to everyone. That's how confused he is. Listen to this.
As lieutenant governor, you're running for a seat that could decide the balance of power in Washington. What qualifies you to be a U.S. senator? You have 60 seconds.
Hi, good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. He's opening up the debate, and he just said good night to everybody. My goodness.
You to be a U.S. senator, you have 60 seconds.
Hi, good night, everybody. I'm running to serve Pennsylvania. He's running to use Pennsylvania. Voters,
I mean, that's not the worst of it. It went downhill from there. That was the beginning when he was fresh and with it, and he said good night. You know, what's going on in Pennsylvania? What is going on with the Democrat Party? The two most high-profile people running that are in this election are what? Biden and Fetterman. How is it possible that the two most high-profile Democrats that are involved, he's not running Biden, but he's out there campaigning, okay? His agenda's on the ticket. His agenda's running. The two most high-profile Democrats in this midterm election final 2 weeks are people that both are suffering from brain damage. And I don't mean that like, you know, sometimes somebody will say, oh, they're brain damaged, they're an idiot. They really have brain damage. What is going on here? How did this happen? Now, for the big picture of things, it's helpful to us because we want to win. We need to have good MAGA conservatives that will stand with Trump and do what's right in both the House and the Senate. We need this. So it is benefiting us and President Trump in this country. But what is going on here? Where is the compassion? You know, remember that old saying, right? If you're a conservative before 30, you have no heart. If you're a liberal after 30, you have no brain. Remember that old saying? I guess it's an old Vietnam War era thing. Where is the liberal heart that I've heard so much about my entire life? Certainly not here. Certainly not at the White House. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Brian. It's Christine. How are you?
Oh, Christine in Pennsylvania. My goodness.
Well, I have to say that I was a bit surprised that Oz went after Fetterman as good as he did. But it really just shows that Fetterman is just like Biden. He is not fit to hold office.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
At all. And I was really, I don't think Oz did all that great in the debate, but he did smear Fetterman a bit. But it was all truth. I mean, it was truthful stuff, so...
Well, you know, Oz, as far as I know, that was Oz's first real debate. The other one in the primary, when you're debating this people in the same party, it doesn't count. But, you know, I think what he did was a very good debate tactic. He sat back and let Fetterman do the talking instead of jumping in when he was out of it. I thought that was pretty smart move.
With that, yes, it was very smart. And I think Oz was just trying to get everything in so fast, though, that his words were sort of sliding together, and he was making sense, but he wasn't making sense.
I know what you mean. Yeah, you got to slow it down a little bit, yeah.
If anybody takes anything away from this horrible debate that Fetterman gave, is that he is not fit to run office for PA. So we have to vote Oz for PA.
Yeah, and he's not fit for anything. I mean, I hope he's surrendered his driver's license. He's not fit to drive a car. I don't think he's qualified to even sign a check, a personal check. I think he's not
driving. I don't think he is driving. And if you notice, he wouldn't release his whole records of his medical.
That's right. Well, listen, Christine, I'm up against a break, but thanks for the call. All right, take care. That's Christine from Pennsylvania, our first Pennsylvania caller of the day. Oh, my goodness. All right, we're going to take our first break of the hour. Our number, 1-888-GO-CANE-1, 888-465-2631, 888-465-2631. It's a toll-free call. I'm Brian. We'll be right back. 1-888-465-2631. Yeah, this shirt... A listener sent me this shirt here to the radio station. That's my great governor, Ron DeSantis. This picture is actually from Ron DeSantis' wedding. He's in his naval uniform there. That's from Ron DeSantis' wedding there. I know, isn't this shirt nice? They sent me two new shirts, this one and another Trump shirt, which is pretty cool. You're Slick Pickles, you're probably right. I mean, you're probably right. I have a Carrie Lake shirt, but not one with her picture on it. Yeah. Kathy came home late last night, so she is home. And she's still in pain, but not as much as yesterday, thankfully. Steve Kane Show. Hold on. Steve Kane Show. Hold on. Yeah. It does look like an officer and a gentleman, doesn't it? Yeah, I guess it does. This is a cool shirt. I love it. Yeah, I just got this yesterday. Yeah, a listener sent me this shirt. Oh, by the way, guys, don't forget, Robert Allen Miltenberg, he's in our chat room, wrote this book, Pool Boy to the Mob, Everybody Get Out of the Pool. He worked at a mob-owned hotel in the 70s, and he wrote a book about it. Great reviews on Amazon. Pool Boy to the Mob, it's on Amazon. Order it. Support Robert Allen Miltenberg. Good MAGA guy. Oh, man. I tell you, yeah. So I'm glad my wife is home, but she's going to probably take a break from podcasting with me for. She needs to really recover. She can't have any stress, so I'll probably be podcasting solo for a while longer. Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to stress her out with the news and the politics. Yeah, it could be under siege. This is Ron DeSantis' wedding. He wore it. This is from his wedding. It could be under siege, an officer and a gentleman. You know. Top Gun. Yeah, I'm glad she's home too. Oh, man.
Since 1977, it's the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
Yes, it is. Welcome back, everyone. I am Brian Craig. It is the Steve Kane Show. The phones are ringing. We're talking about the Fetterman Dr. Oz debate, which was really difficult to watch. It was. Hey, listen, we're humans. Democrats may not be human all the time, but we are, right? And that was hard to watch. It really was. I felt sorry for the guy. I really did. Now, here we are in Christmas shopping season, and there is no better place to shop than MyPillow.com. And when you use the promo code KANE at checkout, K-A-N-E, you can take advantage of all these great specials And there's an incredible special going on right now on the My Pillow My Slippers. I have 2 pairs of these, the moccasins and the slip-ons. They are $90 off with our promo code Kane at checkout, Kane. $90 off all the My Pillow My Slippers. They just got a whole new stock in of selections and everything else for the Christmas shopping season. Here's Mike Lindell talking about the new inventory they have of the My Pillow My Slippers.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, and I'm excited to announce my original My Slippers are back in stock. You made them a huge success, and now I've added smaller sizes, larger sizes, wide sizes, and all new colors. And with your promo code, you still save $90 a pair. Not only that, I'm having the biggest closeout sale ever on our sandals and slides for as low as $19.98. What makes my slippers different is my exclusive 4-layer design that you're not going to find in any other slippers. My slippers' patented layers make them ultra comfortable, extremely durable, and they help reduce stress on your feet. Wear them anytime, anywhere. Use your promo code to save $90 on my original My Slippers, or for as low as $19.98, you can get our sandals or slides. Quantities won't last long, and with my 60-day money-back guarantee, you can rest assured they'll be the most comfortable footwear you'll ever own.
Yeah, that's right. $90 off the My Pillow My Slippers with the promo code Kane at checkout, Kane, at mypillow.com. You can also order by phone, toll-free, 1-800-716-4879. 1-800-716-4879, promo code Kane, Kane. All right, so we're talking about this debate last night with Fetterman and Oz. Callers on hold, stand by. They play the first clip again. Fetterman began the debate by saying good night.
As lieutenant governor, you're running for a seat that could decide the balance of power in Washington. What qualifies you to be a U.S. senator? You have 60 seconds.
Hi, good night, everybody.
Good night, I'm out of here. Oh my goodness. Scary stuff. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Jeff from Maine, Brian.
Oh, hey, Jeff. Oh, boy. Rough one, huh?
You know, someone in the chat room typed something, oh, maybe he just made a mistake. Let me tell you something. If you as an adult, you're going to say hi to somebody running for office and saying good night, you say good night when you're saying goodbye. You say good evening when you're saying hello.
If that was the only time he had a slip-up, okay, I'd give it to him. But there's not a time when he didn't have a slip-up.
Yeah, that's the point right there. You know, this guy sounded so nervous to me, and do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That first question set him off, and I don't want. Do we need someone like that can't even do a debate and talk without being so? I think he was like out of his league.
Well, listen. He's a communist Democrat. So if he had not had the stroke, he would have been wrong on all the issues, and who knows who would have won the debate. I don't know how highly skilled Oz is in a situation like that. Probably not highly skilled, but he's brain damaged from a stroke, and I've had people in my family close to me have strokes, and I'm not making fun of it. It's terrible. It kills part of the brain, and it messes up all kinds of things, and he's suffering from brain damage. He is unfit. I mean, that's it. That's it. I mean, that's not up for debate.
Yeah, I suffer from a traumatic brain injury.
Oh.
Sometimes when I'm speaking, a word will come up that I didn't mean to say. It just happens. I understand that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Just saying hello to someone or a group of people, you say good evening, good morning. You don't say good night.
No, that's when you're leaving the room. Good night. See ya. Yeah, that's the end. I've never heard someone say good night. Good night, everyone. No, that means goodbye.
I think Oz is a good speaker because he did that television show for so long. He knows the ropes.
He does. Well, he does speak too fast. I'll give Christine that. He does speak too fast, and he's got a little spit in his mouth when he's talking. But hey, you know, whatever. I mean, we need him. He's a Republican. Trump endorsed him, and as I say, always do. I'm going to always do what Trump tells me to do.
We need all people running against Democrats to win because the bigger the margin.
That's right. Hey, Jeff, take care. Thanks for the call. Richie, the bus driver. Hey, Richie.
Yeah, good morning. I watched the whole thing. I come up with a little different angle than you. You said you had someone in your family that had a stroke, and you know what it's like.
Mm-hmm.
And my mother passed from a stroke. I understand strokes, but I don't understand the cover-up that the biggest scam on the American people, because this is a major problem for the United States. Because so goes Pennsylvania, that could be the whole country, and for the next 4 years we could go down the toilet.
Well, I was talking a couple days ago, I believe that Joe Biden has suffered a mild stroke recently. That interview where he forgot where he was. Yeah.
You brought that up, and I said, well, maybe, but I looked, he fell asleep. He nodded out. But the thing is this, okay? This is a scam on the United States, according with the Democratic Party, and the media knows all this was going on, and they've shelved them and tried to keep it from us. And that's the biggest disgrace I've ever seen in my life. They put this guy up there. It was mumble jumble night. The guy couldn't. One sentence, it was all over the place. It sounded like double talking all over the place, where he was stumbling, and then he had to quit in the middle, and then he looked confused. And they kept this from the people.
And with this big tumor on the back of the neck. What the heck is that about?
The one reporter from CNBC or whatever, MSNBC, that reported that they jumped over her can and his wife demanded an apology.
Mm-hmm.
They got this guy is not fit for at Pennsylvania. My God, if you elect this, along with New York, and I saw that debate, if you elect this woman, you deserve what you get, because she is, I couldn't believe it, the smug face, the whole thing. I mean, this is really a disgrace in this country.
Well, now this is my opinion, okay? I'm a caregiver. My wife is disabled and has been the entire time we've been married. She has a pretty serious illness, and there's a certain responsibility a spouse has when you're dealing with a spouse that has health concerns. And Jill Biden and Fetterman, whatever her name is, she's always behind him smiling. These people are abusers, okay? Jill Biden's committing elder abuse, and Fetterman's wife, I don't know what kind of, I guess you would call it caregiver abuse. She's the what kind of abuse is she committing?
She is scamming the United States, along with the Democratic Party and the media.
Yeah, and what she's figuring, Fetterman's wife is figuring if he wins, he won't be able to serve, and she'll get the appointment to replace him, like they do sometimes when members of Congress die. The governors sometimes appoint the spouses. She's a sick woman.
That's a scam on you and me. It's not just look, this guy. This is a scam. The media. What the hell's going on with our media in this country? The elections can't.
Yeah. That's true. No. In this debate last night, where'd you watch the debate, by the way, online? Oh, really? What cable did you watch the debate on?
I have a thing called Green Screen TV. I watched the local station.
Oh, you watched the local station in Pennsylvania? Yeah. All right. Take care, Richie. Now, listen. We're coming up on our bottom of the hour break. I want to hear your thoughts on this Fetterman-Oz debate. I've got more clips. That's just the first. I'm going to get to more of them as the program goes on. My name is Brian Craig. You are listening to the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest-running radio show on the radio since 1977. You can also listen to us on your Alexa. Alexa, play Oldies South Florida. There you go. Alexa, Volume 6. Boom. I don't want to turn it up too much louder than that. It is still early in the morning. All right, when we get back from the break, we'll take your calls and more audio sound bites on the debate. Back after this. I turn it up too much louder than that. It is still early in the morning. All right, when we get back from the break, we'll take your calls and. Oh, News Nation carried it. On the debate. Back after this. I got to tell you, I watched. Okay, News Nation. Tell me your thoughts in the chat room on News Nation. Let me tell you what. I was watching News Nation when that lady, prison guard, helped that strange guy escape, and they had great coverage on it. But they brought over Fredo. In fact, I got a clip of that. Chris Cuomo. And when they hired Chris Cuomo, I kind of lost interest in News Nation. I haven't gone back. Yeah, we'll talk about Michigan too. I don't have any clips. I started to get some clips from it, but I didn't think there was much that was clip worthy. But I'll tell you, Gretchen Whitmer, who does her makeup? Oh my goodness. It's like clowns from outer space. Whitmer looks like just, to me, she looks insane. She does not look sane. Does she? She looks like a crazed person. Tudor Dixon always looks good, but no, she did. Gretchen Whitmer, oh, poor Michigan. That's right. Grab your coffee. Oh, man, hope you guys check out my podcast last night. Had a great podcast. Talked about Carrie Lake and a bunch of other stuff. The Fourth Sister and Hocus Pocus. Yeah, if you know, Hocus Pocus, they came out with that sequel. I've never seen the original Hocus Pocus before a couple months ago, and I watched it. Hocus Pocus is a pedophile movie. These old ladies all want to have sex with this teenage boy throughout all of Hocus Pocus. It is a pedophile movie. I was shocked. I couldn't believe it. But hey, it's Disney. What do you expect? Oh my goodness. Where am I? Where am I? Oh yes. I'm gonna get to more of the audio sound bites when we get back. Fetterman's not. I'm telling you, if he were your husband, you could go. He would not be able to sign legal documents. Fetterman could not sign a legal document. It would not be binding. It wouldn't be.
This message is sponsored by Ounce of Prevention Fund of Florida, the Florida Department of Health, the Florida Association of Broadcasters.
We got about 2.5 minutes left till we're back from the break. If you're new here, please subscribe. And everyone, do me the favor of liking the video, okay? Please like the video. That helps me and this channel out a lot. So if everyone could take a moment while we're in the commercial break to go and like the video, give it a thumbs up, I'd greatly appreciate that. That helps me and my channel out so much, more than you realize. Oh, man. Oh, yes. See, My Pillow.
MyPillow.com. And with our promo code Kane at checkout, K-A-N-E, you will find the lowest prices ever on top My Pillow products. Right now, order your My Pillow My Slippers for $90 off in all sizes and colors.
Oh, man.
Men and women.
This morning I woke up, I had 90 text messages. 90 text messages.
Is 50% off. The My Pillow Pet
It's crazy.
50% off too. There's also incredible savings on the 6-piece My Pillow.
Would I fly a Fetterman with a pilot? Oh, God, no. Would you drive in a car that he was driving?
Whatever special you see at MyPillow.com, you can take advantage of it with our promo code Kane, K-A-N-E, at checkout at MyPillow.com.
No, I'm not kidding. I had 90 text messages.
716-4879. 1-800-716-4879. Promo code
Not from the same person.
K-A-N-E.
This segment of the Steve
I mean, I couldn't believe how many. I was like, what?
Will Advisors. Seniors.
I went through them. I didn't write everybody back because it's so early, but I went through them right before I went on the air today.
Call Debbie at 954.
I guess I was a popular guy last night.
954-753.
Yeah, what's my phone number? Yeah.
She will answer all your Medicare questions. 954.
Some people in the chat room have my number. A select few. A select few.
8080.
Hey, it's John Tesh. Are you a sales professional looking to take your career to the next level? Join the sales team of one of the fastest growing radio stations in Palm Beach County. We're looking for a self-motivated closer to join the ranks and be a part of not only the most...
A lot of it was about the Fetterman-Oz debate. Some of them were about that.
Email your resume to jobs@vcmglive.com. You could be a part of a great industry that's...
NTD is awesome. I was interviewed by NTD on Inauguration Day.
Advertising sales industry or a recent college graduate looking to start your career, email your resume to jobs@vcmglive.com. A great job with the highest radio sales commissions in Palm Beach County awaits you. VCMG is an equal opportunity employer.
Hello, this is Mike at Friendly Tire. I've been in business 30 years at the same location and offering great
man.
tires. I have many suppliers. Whatever car or truck you have, I can get you incredible deals on any tire. I also do tire repairs at very low prices. Give me a call. My number is 954-977-9445. I will give you a price over the phone. I'm new and used
Okay.
tires. Again, my number is 954.
Where am I? Here we go.
9445. Thank you.
Now, back to the Steve Kane Show, celebrating 45 years on the air.
All right, we're back. I'm Brian Craig. It's the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest-running radio show on the radio since 1977. We're talking about this Fetterman-Oz debate. Callers on hold, stand by. I'm going to mention something very quickly that's unrelated, okay? Spoiler alert, if you're a Netflix person, The Watcher, okay? I just saw a story here. The Watcher on Netflix clocks in nearly 275 million hours of watch time. It's this huge success. If you're in, I'm going to give a spoiler on The Watcher on Netflix right now, so spoiler alert. It'll be very quick. Don't waste your time. Don't watch it. I watched the entire thing. I binged it last weekend. First couple episodes or so are very good, and drawing spoiler alert coming. Well, I'm not going to give the big spoiler alert other than don't waste your time. Do not watch The Watcher. I figured out who The Watcher was in the first episode. It is awful, and the ending was... when I say it was the worst ending in the history of endings, I'm not kidding. All right, that's it on The Watcher. Just save that time of your life, which you can never get back. All right? Okay, so let's... call us on hold. Stand by. Let me play another clip, then we'll go back to the phones. This is another clip of Fetterman. The first clip I played, he opened the debate by saying, "Good night, everyone." Here he is. Listen to this.
No, we all have to make sure that everyone that works is able to, that's the most American bargain, that if you work full-time, you should be able to live in dignity is well true. And I believe they haven't have any businesses being we can't have businesses being subsidized by not paying individuals that just simply can't evade to pay their own way. Okay, so that is probably one of Fetterman's best moments. Totally incoherent, using the wrong words, not finishing, forget about not finishing sentences, not finishing words, lost and confused, and that was probably his best moment last night. All right, let's go. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, I'm calling from Boca Raton, Florida.
All right, speak up a little bit. I'm in Boca, too.
My name is Chris.
Chris in Boca. Yeah, go ahead.
Right. Okay. First of all, you wanted to know, I watched it on, the program I watched it on was on News Nation.
News.
1.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. They had it on, they also repeated it on 11. And I want to go give kudos to that lady who stopped Fetterman from asking questions. She said, "You promised not to ask questions at the beginning."
Yeah.
He kept insisting. Remember that? But
yeah.
That's credit. And I enjoy your show.
Well, okay. What's your thoughts though on Fetterman's performance in that debate?
Well, it was sad. It was sad. Oh yeah. By the way, I think Dr. Oz was watching your show because he took all the leads that he was doing last time, reminding me of you because
who took it?
Didn't go into the medical. Be quiet. Let him do the talking. You said it yourself previously.
Who's stealing my material?
Pardon me?
Who did you say is stealing my material?
No, not stealing. Dr. Oz.
Oh, Dr. Oz. Oh, you think Dr. Oz may be listening? He very well may. This is the radio station of Mar-a-Lago, Yeah. All right, take care. Appreciate the call from Boca. Yeah. Oh, man. All right, 1-888-GO-Kane-1. A lot of you that are new to the show, okay, the Steve Kane Show here, this is live and local. I am in Boca, and that's right, it's where I'm broadcasting from right now in Boca, in Palm Beach County. Steve has his own studio at home in Cooper City, and I know this show sounds like a syndicated program because we have so many calls from around the world and around America. We have a lot of people that watch on my YouTube channel and listen to us online, including Alexa and all these other places. So we have a large national audience, but we are live and local right here in sunny South Florida. All right, good morning. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Augustino in
Georgia.
Yeah, I was wanting your podcast about Donald Trump taking, what's her name?
Marjorie Taylor Greene. The word is that Marjorie Taylor Greene is at the top of President Trump's VP list right now, yes.
Yeah, I tell you what, she's dynamite in her debates.
Mm-hmm.
People alive. I am so happy that she's going to be the VP for Donald Trump.
Oh yeah, I think that's great. It's different thinking, But like I said, the story that came out, it leaked out of the Trump campaign. They said the reason he's looking at Marjorie Taylor Greene is because of her loyalty to him, and loyalty is at the top of Donald Trump's list for people to be in his circle in the 2024 run.
Right, and as far as that debate last night was odd. I couldn't catch it. I couldn't find it. I couldn't catch it, but I'm hearing what you're saying. And I guess it was really a bore, wasn't it?
Oh, it was brutal. It was brutal. It was really, I felt bad for Fetterman. But I don't let anyone convince you that he's going to get a sympathy vote. I think that was shocking. In fact, I talk about News Nation. Fredo, Chris Cuomo, Fredo, he works on News Nation now, and this is Chris Cuomo, Fredo, and his analysis of the Fetterman-Oz debate. Listen.
Voters, I think, saw things that will definitely change the state of this race. It's not his fault, but Lieutenant Governor Fetterman struggled. And again, I'm not faulting him for it. I don't think his preparation was great, but he clearly is dealing with health issues that affect his ability to process and his ability to speak.
Yeah, so I mean, when you have a Democrat like Fredo, Chris Cuomo, saying it was bad, it was really bad. I've never heard him talk about a Democrat versus a Republican like that.
Boy, I tell you what, that's something else. I really enjoyed that, but I can't wait to see the debate. Maybe they'll rebroadcast it.
You're going to see. I'm sure there'll be clips of it all over TV today in the news. There's got to be clips of it all over the news today. But I'm going to play a bunch of them. You're going to hear all the best moments here on the radio this morning with me.
Okay, and I thank you for everything, Brian, and I hope your wife is doing better.
Great. Yes. My wife came home from the hospital late last night. So my wife is home. So she was having some complications yesterday, but they worked them out. Because of my wife's other health issues, there's limitations on what kind of pain medication they can give her. So it took them a while to regulate the post-surgical pain. So she's still in pain, but yesterday when I got off the air, she said it was an 8 or 9, and I woke her up this morning when I was getting ready to come to the radio station. Didn't mean to, but I did. And she said it was a 3 or 4 this morning. So a 3 or 4 is a lot better than an 8 or 9. So she's doing better, and she's home. But she's not going to be joining me on the podcast. She's got to go without stress. So I've been podcasting alone the last couple weeks, and I'll probably continue to podcast alone without her for the next week or 2 or so, because she's not supposed to be stressed now that she's returned home, which means I'll be podcasting without her, because dealing with the news and the politics will stress you out. Yeah, so, Fetterman. Let me get back to some of these clips here, and then, let's see, which one? They're so... Oh, yes. Here he is talking about his doctor. Listen to this. This is Fetterman.
Again, my Dr. L believes that I'm fit to be serving.
Okay, did you hear what he said? My Dr. L. My Dr. L.
Again, my Dr. L believes that I'm fit to be serving, and that's what I believe is where I'm standing.
Wow, what does that even mean? My Dr. L. Does his doctor's last name begin with an L? And what did he say? He believes he's where he's standing? What was that?
Again, my Dr. L believes that I'm fit to be serving, and that's what I believe is where I'm standing.
And that's where I believe I am standing. I mean, this is not even broken English. I mean, we're in a... This is a really scary place we're at right now. It really, truly is. And the media are not properly calling this out. Here and there they are. When we get back from the break, I'm going to play for you MSNBC's analysis post Fetterman-Oz debate. It's crazy. Our number is toll-free, 1-888-GO-CANE-1, 888-465-2631. It's a toll-free call no matter where you're listening to us, 888-465-2631. Steve Kane will be joining us in progress later on. And, oh man, and don't forget to call Sloman's and talk to them about how you can get a free doorbell camera. I have one. It gives you added security and convenience. Call and learn how you can get a free doorbell camera from Sloman's. No matter where you're listening to us, give them a call, toll-free, 833-283-5050. 833-283-5050. That doorbell camera, which has night vision on it, will change your life. 833-283-5050. Back right after this. 050. That doorbell camera, which has night vision on it, will change your life. 833-283-5050. Back right after this.
The Cold.
Oh, man. Make sure you guys like the video. If you're new here, please subscribe. And I'll finish up on Fetterman in this segment, then we'll move on to some other things after the top of the hour, but we'll have to recap it as the show goes on. I think most people don't even know that News Nation exists, you know, so... Let's see. Let's see where we're going to go here. Okay. Oh. Hey, in the chat room, give me a yes or no. Yes or no. Have you been to a Trump rally? Yes or no. Have you been to a Trump rally in person? Oh, yeah, we'll get to Zeldin in a bit. Yes or no. Have you been to a Trump rally? Oh, you poor people. Wow. I'm surprised. I'm surprised how many knows. Going to a Trump rally, it's like part of being MAGA. It's like, you know, like the Muslims with the pilgrimage to Mecca. I've lost count of how many Trump rallies I've been to. Oh, you saw him at the Flight 93 Memorial. Wow. Sounds good. Great, thanks.
Girl, I'm the cute one, here to tell you how Liberty Mutual customizes your home insurance so you only pay for what you need. I'm the heartthrob. The only thing I love more than you is saving. And I'm the other boy in the band everyone forgot about.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
We take on the social justice warriors for breakfast. Now the Steve Kane Show is on the air.
Yes, we are back. I'm Brian Craig. It's the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest-running radio show. Oh, man, on the radio since 1977. I was just looking over the menu from Anne Marie's. I'm going to call my wife when I get off the air this morning and find out what she'd like from Anne Marie's. I'm going to get some takeout and take it home. I'm looking at their Italian favorites. I'm going to let her order. Hey, she just got home, so whatever she wants we're going to have. But I'm looking, I'm an Italian guy. I mean, I'm not Italian, but I'm an Italian food guy. Italian's my favorite. And everything is homemade at Anne Marie's in Pompano, by the way. Family owned and operated. They take great pride in their food. And I'm looking at their section here on Italian favorites. Oh, man, spaghetti and meatballs. Of course, choice pasta in their homemade sauce with 2 large homemade meatballs. You can also add Italian or even substitute Italian. Look at this, substitute Italian sausage at no charge. Wow, if you don't want the meatballs. And when they say homemade, they really are homemade with Grandma's recipes. Baked ziti, which is unbelievably good. That was my first meal. Lasagna, Grandma's recipe made with layers of pasta, ricotta, and ground beef. Alfredo, which is, of course, the butter, Parmesan, and a touch of heavy cream. That's just the Italian favorite section. Oh, man. Anne Marie's in Pompano, located on the northwest corner of Copans Road and US 1 Federal Highway in the same plaza as the movie theater. They're open for lunch, dinner, and takeout. They have entertainment at night, and it is a beautiful date night location on the weekends. If you're looking for a date night place, Anne Marie's is the place. If you're a wine drinker, they have a great collection of wines, and they even have a VIP wine club. If you're into wines, talk to them about that. I had one of their wines last weekend. One of our sponsors went over to Anne Marie's and picked up a bottle of wine for me and gave it to me. And I was going to save it for Thanksgiving, but I broke it open over the weekend, drank the whole bottle by myself, and I did pour it in a glass, okay, and, and all that. I broke out the wine glasses, and it was very good. Oh, man, it was very good. So Anne Marie's in Pompano. Make sure you tell them you heard about them on the radio. All right, so let's get back to a couple more clips here. One of the things that Fetterman did last night that should have BLM and liberals after him like nobody's business is he defended pulling a gun on an innocent, unarmed black man. Years ago, he was a mayor. So he's got this whole Bernie Sanders path, right? Mayor, Congress, life of retirement, right? He chased down an innocent black man who was jogging. He chased him down in his truck, got out of his truck with a shotgun, and pulled his shotgun on this unarmed black man, which, by the way, is a crime. What he did was illegal. Even though he was the mayor at the time, he was not a police officer. And even if he was a police officer, that might have been way out of bounds and illegal. But he defended pulling a shotgun on an unarmed black guy who was just out jogging. Listen to this.
Broken the law, we believe. John Fetterman took a shotgun, chased an unarmed African-American man, and put the gun, apparently, according to that man, to his chest. John, you weren't pulled over by the police. They let you go. You were the mayor at the time. Why haven't you apologized to that unarmed, innocent black man who you put a shotgun to his chest?
All right, we will allow a 30-second...
Wow, he put a shotgun to an innocent jogger who's African-American's chest? Holy smokes, I didn't realize he put the shotgun to his chest?
Police, they let you go. You were the mayor at the time. Why haven't you apologized to that unarmed, innocent black man who you put a shotgun to his chest?
All right, we will allow a 30-second response to that, Mr. Fetterman, specifically what he was saying referring to the incident in Braddock.
I made the opportunity to defend our community as the chief law enforcement officer there. Everybody in Braddock, an overwhelming majority community of black community, all understood what happened.
Yeah, we understood what happened. You're racist. That's what happened.
They understood what happened, and everybody agreed that, and nobody believes that it was anything about me making a split-second decision to defend our community as well.
Why not apologize?
Okay, yeah, defend his community. There's black people in it. He's defending the community from black people just living in his community, apparently. What is this, the 1930s Democrat Party? My goodness. In what world do these things happen? I mean, you got a guy here who's the lieutenant governor of one of our great states, Pennsylvania, the Commonwealth. By the way, the reason that you hear Commonwealth, when the country was being set up, there was a debate. Some people wanted to call states, and some wanted not to use the word state, but call them commonwealths. instead of states, and there was a debate. So some states they call themselves the Commonwealth. Okay, that's where that comes from. I think they should have kept it the United Commonwealth of America. Doesn't sound. I think state sounds. But anyway, forget about that. People wonder where the Commonwealth, what that's all about. In the last week, 2 high-profile, high-ranking Democrats have done things that would land anyone else in jail. Okay, here we have Fetterman. He put, I believe it was a 10-gauge. He put a 10-gauge shotgun barrel to the chest of an African-American man who has no crime. He was just jogging through the city like anyone else. I see joggers all over the place when I drive into the radio station in the morning. People out jogging. He put a shotgun to a man's chest. That's crazy. That's a crime. If I did that, if you did that, we'd be arrested. In the same week, Biden, another Democrat, got creepy with that teenage girl. The one he got and snipped her hair from behind. Don't date anyone until you're 30, unless it's me, you know. Do you remember that? You and I would be arrested for these things. These guys are celebrated for what they do. Here's Fetterman in the debate talking about inflation.
Your opponent has criticized Democratic spending, as you heard. Has the Biden administration overspent? And if so, where do you think spending should be cut? You have 60 seconds.
No, here's what I think we have to fight about inflation here right now. That's what we need to fight about inflation. Right now, because it's a tax on working families. And Dr. Oz can't possibly understand what that is like. He has 10 gigantic mansions. We must push back against corporate greed. We must make sure that we're also pushing back against price gouging as well, too. We also be able to make more in Pennsylvania, make more in America. When he had a choice to make his merchandise, the Oz label is on, he made it all in China. Who can you believe that can fight against inflation and pushing back against corporate greed or somebody that is choosing working in China versus over American worker?
You know what he sounds like? That was one of his better moments, and he still was using the wrong words and broken, and his rhythmic thing there was strange. You know who he sounds? At first I thought he was kind of like Shrek. But now you know what he's most like? He's most like Frankenstein. Isn't this like listening to Frankenstein's monster? Frankenstein was the doctor. Frankenstein's monster, that's Fetterman. That's how Frankenstein's monster speaks. So you heard how bad it was. I mean, it was brutal. And when you see it, it's even worse than the audio. When you see him, it was scary. So Stephanie Ruhle, who looks like she smokes about 12 packs a day. The reason I say that about Stephanie Ruhle on MSNBC is her skin discoloration. It's that discoloration people get when they smoke a lot. This is Stephanie Ruhle in the MSNBC analysis of the Oz-Fetterman debate.
Well, given how he performed recovering from his stroke, Michael, some Republicans are out there tonight saying that Fetterman is unfit, he should withdraw. But do they not have a race in the state of Georgia, someone running for the very same position in Herschel Walker, who's facing family scandals, lies about his past jobs, and in his last debate, pulled out a prop badge and somehow believes he has some sort of adjunct role with the local police.
So she's comparing Herschel Walker to someone who suffered brain damage.
Force.
Clearly, Mr. Walker is delusional, but I mean that's just a sideshow. When we talk about Pennsylvania, John Fetterman tried his best under difficult circumstances. Mr. Oz, as a doctor, I think literally violated the Hippocratic Oath. He would never have advised any patient of his, I hope, would have never advised any patient of his in the aftermath of a stroke to even be on a debate stage.
Oh, so it's Dr. Oz's fault. Dr. Oz, because he agreed to the debate, it's his fault, not the wife.
And was valiant in his effort. He tried his best to answer the questions that were asked. Mr. Oz did not. And I want to give that credit. to John Fetterman.
Oh my goodness.
To do his best under a certain set of circumstances that were not favorable for him, but he gave a valiant effort. I admire what John Fetterman tried to do tonight, and Mr. Oz should be ashamed of himself for the things that he said, the positions that he has taken. He has no legitimacy in this race. He parachuted into Pennsylvania. He's trying to steal a seat. I mean, it is really despicable what he's doing.
Okay.
Not only did he parachute in, he left God's country.
Oh, he left New Jersey, God's country. Okay. So they've declared Fetterman the winner because he put in a valiant effort, and it's Dr. Oz's fault that he was on the stage. It is Fetterman's wife's fault that he is on the stage. It is the media's fault that he is on the stage. He has no business being on any stage. This guy could not even sign a contract. He could not, if his wife refinanced the home that they bought for $1 from the wife, he could not sign the documents, okay? He could not even sign a document about his own health care. He's so far gone. And so far as this carpetbagger thing, Hillary Clinton and Bobby Kennedy were the senators from New York. Neither of them are from New York. She's from Illinois, and the Kennedys from Massachusetts. They were both carpetbaggers. I didn't hear anyone criticize Bobby Kennedy or Hillary Clinton in the Democrat Party for running for office in a state where they didn't live at all. Give me a break, Democrats. Pretty sad. So Stephanie Rule, MSNBC, has declared Fetterman the winner of the debate. All right, we're going to take our top of the hour break. Callers on hold, stand by. There's much more to talk about. We've just scratched the surface. You're listening to Florida's longest-running radio show, The Steve Kane Show, on the radio since 1977. My name is Brian Craig. Our number toll-free, 1-888-GO-KANE, 1-888-465-2631. We'll be right back after this. It's 1977. My name is Brian Craig. Our number toll-free, 1-888-GO-KANE, 1-888-465-2631. We'll be right back after this.
The new Oldies 95.3 and 96.9 is here. WWNN Pompano Beach, a VCMG live radio station. Now, here's the True Oldies weather forecast.
Good morning, everybody. Hope you're doing well. Here we are midweek, and we're keeping the momentum with a beautiful forecast across area for South Florida. We'll see partly cloudy to mostly sunny skies and highs in the mid-80s with just a light wind. I'm WPBF 25 First Warning Meteorologist Sandra Shaw.
Follow Oldies 95.3 and 96.9 on social media. See what's happening in the community, have a laugh with some funny memes, and keep in touch with other good time Oldies lovers. Facebook and Instagram at Oldies South Florida. True Oldies. Traffic check.
A multi-vehicle crash in West Palm Beach along with Sainsbury's Way and Belvedere Road. Multiple lanes are blocked. Be sure to use caution on the approach. A multi-vehicle crash along I-95 heading north.
Unreal.
Ladies Road has stop and go traffic on the approach now back to Palmetto Park Road. I-95 heading southbound, some light traffic passing Lantana Road, but the turnpike is still up to full speed. On the Silver TP has some more volume.
All right, now let's see here.
More volume on Southern Boulevard and Okeechobee eastbound coming out of the Acreage. This report is sponsored by Audible. This fall, find everything you love listening to on Audible, from memoirs and true crime to celebrities and sci-fi. Audible is the home of storytelling, audiobooks, podcasts, and originals. Sign up for a free trial at audible.com.
Just deciding where I'm going to go in the next hour.
Here's your True Oldies ABC News update.
ABC News now. I'm Tom Rivers. The FBI is joining the search for what may be dozens of corpses after an Iowa woman came forward claiming her father, who died in 2012, was a serial murderer.
Authorities are searching an area in Fremont County, Iowa, where a woman, now 53, says as a child she helped her dad, Donald Dean Studi, dispose of up to 70 bodies at the bottom of a well. She claims her father abducted and then killed them over a 30-year period. Most of the victims, she claims, were female sex workers.
If you're new here, make sure you subscribe. Everyone, please take a moment to like the video. It's our top of the hour break. We'll be back in less than a minute. I'm just reading over a couple things I'm going to talk about in the next segment. Yeah, make sure you like the video, guys. That helps me and my channel out a lot.
With bacteria that can cause serious illness in people with compromised immune systems. This is ABC News.
Kathy's doing it, but Kathy came home late last night, so that's all good news.
Then I found Walgreens Find RX coverage. Lets you compare plans
Everyone's got one. Get yours in. The Steve Kane Show.
All right, we're back. I'm Brian Craig. It's the Steve Kane Radio Show. Oh, man. So in the last hour, we were talking about the Fetterman debate. I didn't even play all the audio clips I have from Fetterman. I'll go over the ones I didn't play and recap some of the other ones later when Steve joins us. It was pretty brutal. But, you know, the Fetterman debate with Oz wasn't the only one where Democrats crashed and burned. New York, we very well may have a Republican in New York, Macho, who's about the same height as Yoda, without the wisdom. There was a moment in that, I only have one clip from the New York governor's debate. It was Hochul, is it Hochul or Hochul? You know what I'm talking about. And Zeldin. And it was one moment, and she really, this would be, if this were a Republican, their entire political career would be over. But the Democrats run the media, and they're always running cover. Listen to this. This is Hochul talking about crime with Zeldin in the New York gubernatorial debate last night. Yokel. And is it Yokel? Is it Yokel? I don't know.
This governor, who still, to this moment, we're halfway through the debate, she still hasn't talked about locking up anyone committing any crimes.
Okay.
Anyone who commits a crime under our laws, especially with the change they made to bail, has consequences. I don't know why that's so important to you. All I know is that we could do more.
Did you hear that? They're talking about crime. I don't know why that is so important to you. See that? She just dropped it.
Anyone who commits a crime under our laws, especially with the change they made to bail, has consequences. I don't know why that's so important to you. I
don't know why that's so important to you. Crime. Yeah, well, because people are being murdered in New York. They're being pushed in front of moving subway trains. I don't know why that's so important to you. Because people are dying in your state, lady. That's why it's important. And who knows who's going to be the next person. Everybody's walking around New York wondering if they're going to be the next person to be murdered. And the person's home because there's no bail before the body is cold. I don't know why that's so important to you. That is one of those moments in a debate that destroy candidates. All right? I mean, you know, you go through, you ever see the highlights of great debate moments? You've seen them. I knew John Kennedy, and you're no John. Remember that with, who said that? To who? Does anyone remember? I knew Jack Kennedy, and you're no Jack Kennedy. Who said that, and to who? You know, there's these moments. That is one of those moments. Crime, I don't know why you're so worried about it. Should be over for her. Should be over for her. But she's a Democrat. The media are Democrats, and they'll cover. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Brian. It's Ben from Pompano.
Hey, Ben.
So I just wanted to call and talk about something. Oh, man, when I was listening to the Oz Fetterman part and MSNBC recovering it, I was like, my blood was boiling. I find it insane that this man who they just pat on the back like a good boy for going out there and doing his best, who could barely get his way through a debate, somehow is therefore a good candidate for the Senate.
Because he gave it his best.
Yeah, just MSNBC, and this is the funny thing, MSNBC just got wrecked. You played the clip by actually informed MAGA voters who, when they were challenged about things about, well, why do you support, you know, the things surrounding Jan 6, they wiped the floor with them, showing them their ignorance. The same thing would happen if you had any voter come on and, you know, they made the points that you just played. They would get destroyed. It'd be like, oh, if he can't even do a debate, why should he be in this?
And then look at Hochul in New York. Hochul, however the hell you say her name. You know, she said, crime? I don't know why you're so concerned about it. Why is this on your mind?
Maybe because not all of us live in a governor's mansion protected by security guards, and we don't want to we want to ride the subway without having to be worried about being pushed on the subway. Out of touch elitism, they've lived in that bubble their whole life. They don't understand why some of us who like maybe work second shift, third shift, don't feel comfortable walking at night. You know, they don't get it. They're not, you know, so it doesn't occur.
No, there's sometimes in the mornings when I come into the radio station, I'll stop to get gas or something, and I'll say, I don't think I should get out here because there's somebody that pulls up. Yeah.
Or there's just like two guys looking shady sitting down wearing like sandals and rough clothes, and you know they don't work, and you don't want to, like, I don't know, say one wrong thing, you can set someone off. I just had a guy on I need money. Give me money.
Where are you located?
Well, where that happened, I was at the intersection of Atlantic and I think Dixie.
Oh, the street from here is Hillsborough, and there's this stretch of Hillsborough east of 95 until Dixie. It's like, oh, it's a scary place.
That's a Hochul who has like a motorcade with her at all times, and so they say those things. But man, with her, that's whatever, you know. But with Fetterman, this dude can't even speak. How is he going to? And his answers. Another thing I'd like to say, his answers. He didn't even answer the question. They're like, "What do you think about inflation?" He's like, "Does he look?" And his only response was, "Does Oz look like a guy who can fight inflation?" It's like,
yeah.
For one policy proposal, you didn't even actually answer the question. Have a response to massive spending.
Well, yeah, let me tell you, Fetterman, I don't know what type of abuse it is, right? Jill Biden's committing elder abuse with Joe. Fetterman's wife, this is what Fetterman knows, okay? Bernie Sanders was a bum his whole life, just like her husband, right? Remember, Fetterman lived off his parents till he was 40. Then he bought a house from his sister for $1. And and that's basically what Bernie Sanders did. And she sees where he's at now. So what the wife is thinking about two things: the money, like Bernie, but he's going to have to step down and resign, and she figures she'll get appointed to replace him in the Senate. What kind of abuse is she committing? If Jill, yeah.
Right off the bat, I don't even like her because first off, she's not, she's here illegally, and she has, or she was, I don't know what happened.
Fetterman's wife is a, wait a minute. What is it about Fetterman's wife, you said?
Title to it, even though no one let her in. And
really?
Actually invited her. Yeah. He actually invited her to some of
the... When she was 7, she came to the United States as an undocumented immigrant. So she was an illegal with her mother and younger brother, taking up residence in a one-room apartment in New York City. So she is an illegal. Wow.
She has an entitlement. She feels entitled to the American dream because she wants.
And she met John in 2007, who was then mayor of Braddock, Pennsylvania, after writing him a letter inquiring about the town's role in the steel industry. They were married the following year, and they have 3 children. So I'm missing the part. She's close friends with Kim Kardashian.
Yeah, so she's already got status now because she married him. So that was like a good ticket for her. And now she's gonna get money because whatever he's getting,
So she's got these anchor babies. She was an illegal. I don't see anything in this bio about the path to citizenship that she. And let me tell you, I'm pretty well informed. Let me tell you, that does not get you citizenship. That doesn't work that way. That's a myth. I'm pretty well informed on the news and the politics, and I'm just hearing from you for the first time that Fetterman's wife was an illegal. Why is that not highlighted everywhere?
Because the conservative media, at least Fox is. I think they're terrible, so they don't do their job. But I don't know. I looked it up and I was.
It says here in 2020 she was verbally assaulted by a white woman at an Aldi grocery store who used racial slurs against her Italian and Brazilian racial backgrounds and told her that she did not belong here. She filmed the incident, posted it on social media. This behavior and this is taught. If what? How did they know she was Italian and Brazilian? Maybe I don't know. Something's weird here. I don't trust this.
That we can't.
Hate hoax. Sounds like a hate hoax. Yeah, or a staged event.
From that. Wait, so you can't get citizenship through marriage?
There's a path that it's not automatic citizenship. No, it's not.
I thought people would come over, they get married, they get.
I think they stopped that long ago after they made that movie with Gerard Depardieu. Remember Green Card?
I think I do.
Man. All right, hey, listen. Thanks for the info, man. Fetterman's wife was an illegal. How many of you knew that? Callers on hold, stand by. You're listening to the longest-running radio show in the state of Florida, the Steve Kane Show, on the radio since 1977. My name is Brian Craig. Our number toll-free, 1-888-GO-KANE-1. 888-465-2631. Callers on hold, stand by. We will go to our calls right after the break. Steve will be joining us at the bottom of the hour. Oh, man. Well, hey, listen, at least it's going to be a great election night for us. Can't wait. We will be here live the next day processing all the events from the election 2 weeks from today. Don't miss that show. We'll take our break and be back with your calls after this. The next day processing all the events from the election. Be right back, guys. Today. Don't miss that show. We'll take our break and be back with your calls after this.
Wake up and smell the truth. The Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig, mornings 6 to 9 on Oldies 95.3 and 96.9.
Denise Hair Salon, one of the trendiest salons in Brooklyn, is officially in Boca. Known for its professionalism and uniquely talented staff, we're excited to offer a free consultation for every new client. We're looking forward to welcoming you to our new location. Book your appointment today and get 20% off any hair service.
Located at 7600 North Federal Highway in Boca, or check us out on IG at Denise Hair Salon and call 561-826-8704.
That's Denise with the Z.
Do you suffer from knee pain? Have you been told that you have bone on bone or need a knee replacement? Have you been told that you have osteoarthritis? Well, then come see us at Lighthouse Medical Center. We have non-surgical solutions that include rehab and injections that can prevent you from having to have surgery or prolong the surgery. We have been in practice for 75 years in South Florida. You don't have to live with pain any longer. 754-222-6642. That's 754-222-6642.
Join us for Moments of Scripture, hosted by Jan Coleman every Sunday morning from 6 to 6:30 a.m. We will read the Bible, pray, and offer blessings to all who listen in the name of our Lord and Savior. Moments of Scripture, every Sunday at 6 a.m.
Think you might have COVID? Have you come into contact with someone who is sick? Are you traveling and need a COVID test? Same day.
Hey guys, make sure you like the video, okay? And subscribe if you're new to my channel. But everyone, please, during the break here, if you could take a moment to like the video, that helps me and my channel out so much.
Costume World in Pompano Beach has everything you'll need for Halloween. Rentals of retail, wigs, makeup, and more. With over 42,000 square feet, Costume World has everything you need for Halloween. Costume World, 2313 Northwest 30th Place, Pompano Beach, 800-423-7496. Costume World, 800-423-7496.
This is Lori Kane. When people go to the dentist, they think of the pain, but the biggest pain is the cost. Not with Dr. Gupta at Brighton Dental Care. The dental work is painless, and the prices are painless too. Call today, 954-922-4633. 954-922-4633. That's 954-922-4633. BrightonDentalCare.com.
The Boca Chamber of Commerce.
We're coming back after this.
969 are ready to start your holiday off with a bang. Wine and all that jazz with auction will be at the Boca Raton on Saturday, November 5th. Indulge in an array of wine, spirits, beer, and dinner by the bite from some of Boca's top restaurants, and you can bid on exciting items like wine baskets, resort stays, spa packages, and so much more right from your phone. Visit BocaChamber.com for more information and to purchase tickets.
Ready to get fired up? Just 60 seconds and you'll be racing for the phone. 888-GO-KANE-1. This is the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
Yes, we are back. I'm Brian. It's the Steve Kane Show. Callers on hold. Stand by. 1-888-GO-KANE-1 is our number. Steve will be joining us at the bottom of the hour. Now, tomorrow, Steve is going over to see Dr. Philip Appleton and experience the laser away pain system. Steve's got some hip pain, and that's one of the pains that the laser away pain system with Dr. Appleton can help with. He rid me of pain, oh man, a couple of months ago now almost, and 2 treatments, the pain was gone, it's not returned, and it's pain that I have suffered from for years in my knee, and it's been a complete life changer. I'm more energetic, I feel better, I'm more active because I am living a life without pain. And I did it with Dr. Appleton's laser away pain system. No injections, no surgery, no downtime, and no drugs. You know, medications, they just mask the problem. They don't fix it. But Dr. Appleton's laser away pain system does fix the problem. Now, whatever type of pain you have, he can help you with, okay? Not just knee pain, not just hip pain, any joint, but not just joint pain, arthritis, stenosis, All kinds of things. He's got a long list. I can't even pronounce half the things on it. I'm not the doctor. Dr. Appleton is. It's always a no-charge consultation with Dr. Appleton. If you mention you heard him on the radio, no appointments are necessary, walk-ins are welcome, and he's open 6 days a week. You can find him online at AppletonChiro.com or give him a call, 954-973-0710. 954-973-0710, and make sure you tell Dr. Appleton you heard about him on the radio. And if you're there tomorrow, you might run into Steve Kane. Maybe. All right, let's go back to our phones. Talking about the Fetterman-Oz debate. The governor of New York says, why are you bothered with crime? Oh, my goodness. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Matthew Johnson from Los Angeles.
Hey, Matthew in L.A. What's up?
Hey, first off, I love your Ron DeSantis shirt that you're wearing.
Yeah, a listener sent me this shirt that I'm wearing. It's Ron DeSantis in his dress naval uniform from his wedding. He looks a little bit like an in-shape, thin Steven Seagal from Under Siege. Maybe an officer and a gentleman, or Tom Cruise in Top Gun. I don't know, but it is a pretty cool shirt.
Think of him, honestly, as kind of like the JFK of the Republican Party. And, you know, because, hey, JFK was also a naval officer, too. How many people know that?
Everybody knows that. PT 109. You know, his career was a disaster. He drove his boat in front of a Japanese destroyer and got it cut in half. His military career was a disaster, John F. Kennedy. Don't believe that movie.
I did not know that.
Yeah, and then they lied about it. They said he had all those back problems and everything because of the PT boat accident, but no, he had those problems before. They used that as a cover, but no, anyone he was just like John McCain. Remember John McCain almost sunk a U.S. aircraft carrier? You know, got a bunch of guys burned. Yeah, well, so was John F. Kennedy if you were on PT 109 under his command. But anyway, yeah.
Anyway, I wanted to say, yes, I'm actually originally from Pennsylvania. I watched the Fetterman-Oz debate last night. I've been watching debates from all over the country, and I'll tell you, like, take for instance, but I'll say this, at least John Fetterman showed up to the debate, unlike Katie Hobbs, you know, in Arizona. But let me tell you, it doesn't surprise me, and let me tell you why. You know they're going to try to cheat, and that's...
Well, what are your I appreciate that. No, you know, what do you guys think? I want you guys to think about this now. Because I noticed, well, with Macho is the exception to this, okay? But if you've watched the Democrat, I was talking to Steve about this last night, and I did not pick up on it till Steve mentioned it to me. And then as I was going through the news, I realized, have you seen that the Democrats are now acting like they're tough on crime today? Even Macho, a little bit in that debate, said that, people, there's consequences. You notice all of a sudden, 2 weeks before the election, all of a sudden they act like they're tough on crime? I don't think so. Good morning. You're on the air. Oh, hey, Doug.
Home, and hopefully she's out of pain now, but nice to see that she's back. Okay. You know, this Fetterman and the rest of these terrible candidates, these Democrats, I don't get it. Is it that they're doing it on purpose to run, man? Is that what it is? I can't figure out why they would put such miserable candidates up there that probably have no chance of winning. But
well, you know, that's a good question you ask, okay? Why do they have a bunch of loser candidates, right? Well, you know, not many people want to run when they know they're going to lose. The people that run when they know there's no hope of winning in a year like this, you don't get top-tier people. They call them, there's a name, they're called sacrifice candidates. We get them sometimes. Bob Dole against Bill Clinton. John McCain against Obama. They're called sacrifice candidates. It's a common thing.
I guess they get...
Who ran against... Who was the Democrat that ran against Ronald Reagan in '88? Was it Mondale? Did Mondale run against... Who ran against Reagan in '88? Was it Mondale? Another sacrifice candidate because he was popular. It was a time for Republicans, and you know, that was a sacrifice candidate. And there's also a lot of financial corruption, like Pence. Pence is talking about running for president. That's a money scam.
I mean, that's the only thing I can figure out. They're willing to look bad just to make some money.
Did you know that Fetterman's wife was an illegal?
I had no idea, man. That's amazing. That is amazing, and nobody talks about it.
Well, we're talking about it.
He puts a shotgun to...
A black man. I want you to think about Fetterman. He's got brain damage. He can't speak. He put a shotgun to the chest of a black man for jogging, right? His wife was an illegal. I mean, my goodness.
And nobody says, why did he put the shotgun? Oh, he was just jogging.
Well, because he was black and running. I'm trying to keep the city safe from running black men. That's what he said. I'm
telling you, this guy, the whole Democratic Party is nuts.
Yeah. No. This is the election of the sacrifice candidate. They got a bunch of losers running. Now, some people are incumbents and they got to run, like that lunatic Gretchen Whitmer. Did you see? Her makeup. I watched Tudor Dixon and Gretchen Whitmer. Did her mother not teach her how to do her makeup, Gretchen Whitmer? I mean, she looked like a little girl who got in mommy's makeup. I mean, she does. It was very bizarre. It was, I don't know. It was almost like she was good. I don't know. To me, the way I kind of remember that movie in the '80s, Clowns from Outer Space. Anybody remember that movie? That's how Gretchen Whitmer looked nuts last night. Yeah.
Yeah, all I know is I look at her and see that gigantic forehead. It's just like, it turns to a turn up. She opens her mouth and really give off on her. Anyway, man, it's terrible to see that they can't find a good candidate to put up. They have to outvote.
Okay, all right. Repeating yourself for the third time, Doug. So you know, I guess he figured he wouldn't last that long, so he didn't need more than the one line. Good morning. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, Brian. It's Andrea.
Hey, Andrea.
So I'm going to answer them from Pompano and Doug's question.
Now, you're in Pennsylvania, right?
Yeah.
Okay. We're up against a break, so you got to cut to it. I got 50 seconds.
It's been early voting for a couple of weeks now, so candidates like Fetterman and these just degenerates is because that's how much contempt the Democrats have for the American people.
Yeah. You sound sick. Do you have the COVID?
I don't have the COVID. I just have a really bad cold.
Yeah. Anytime you sneeze, everyone thinks it's COVID now, right? They don't like it. Hey, well, I hope you feel better, Andrea. We're up against the break. It's the Steve Kane Show. I'm Brian Craig. Our number 888-GO-KANE-1. Oh, I got something good on Val Deming. She screwed up yesterday, too. We'll be back with Steve Kane after this. Kane Show. I'm Brian Craig. Our number 888-GO-KANE-1. Oh, I got something good on Val Deming. She screwed up yesterday, too. We'll be back with Steve Kane after this. Dead air.
Every morning, it's the Steve Kane Show on...
Dead air is what you don't want on the radio. Dead air is like a big deal. You don't want 1 millisecond of silence on the radio. Dead air. But they're training someone new, so that's why normally you'll hear me. I'll yell down the hall, "Dead air!" But since they're training someone new, they knew they just are just learning the ropes. Well, thank you, Rome. Yes. And if you'd like to become a Patreon supporter, that's the link. And also the memberships are back. So if you'd like to become a member of the channel, you guys that are members, can you show everyone the exclusive member emojis that only members have? Plus you get your name in the fancy green color. Yeah, so this shirt, a listener sent me this cool shirt, and they sent me a shirt, a really cool picture of President Trump. I'll wear that one tomorrow. Anytime someone sends me something, I always wash it before I wear it, and that shirt didn't make it to the wash, but this one's good. I like this one. This is an awesome one. Yeah, those are the member emojis. If you'd like to become a member, you get those emojis, and you get your name in green, so it's pretty cool. They are building us. We're going to be moving, I don't know, in about 6 weeks, and they're building us a new studio at a new location. right now as we speak. Yeah, so I'm only going to be here another month and a half, and we're going to be moving to another building, another part of town, in a new studio. I'm kind of excited about that. Where is everyone from in the chat room? Tell me where you're from. What state, what city, what country, if you're not in the United States. I'm, of course, in Ron DeSantis's free Florida. Where are you guys at? It blows me away some of the places people are that are watching and listening. Arkansas, Ohio, York in the UK. That's old York. We have New York, they have York. Australia, Decatur, Alabama, Wyoming, Mexico, Missouri. I've never heard of Mexico, Missouri. Are you a Mexican in Missouri, or is there a town called Mexico in Missouri? Cleveland. I've been to Cleveland many, many times. Upstate New York. Tasmania. Holy cow. I don't know. Is that how you say it, Chaplain? I don't know. I don't want to say. Mars. Wow, that's pretty far. South Dakota. Which Dakota has Mount Rushmore? I always forget. Is it North or South Dakota? I get the Dakotas. Nigeria? Get out of town. Wow. Which is further away from Florida, Nigeria or Australia? I guess Australia is probably further than Nigeria. Charlotte, North Carolina. Rockport, Texas. Vegas. We get it, Nigeria. You don't have to tell us 3 times, Nigeria. We got it. Long Island. Toast with cinnamon is one of my favorite things to eat. Kuwait. Get out of town. Mars, Pennsylvania. Kuwait. Get out of town. What are you doing in Kuwait? Michigan, Arkansas, Devon, England. Mount Rushmore's in South Dakota. Australia again, another Australian. Mount Rushmore's in South Dakota, yeah. Guam. Well, thank you. Welcome, Guam. 3 miles over my shoulder. Is that 3 miles south or north of my shoulder? Kiev. Oh, my goodness. Oh, you're a military contractor in Kuwait. Hokel? Is that how you say it, Hokel? Is it really Hokel? Okay, I trust. I take Chaplain Hokel. So H-O-E, Hokel. Rhymes with local. Hokel. Hokel. Okay. And she's loco, not local. A lake in Oklahoma today. All right. Southern Illinois. Wow. People are spread out, man. Make sure you guys like the video. Liking the video helps me out so much, guys. And I know most of you have not done that. Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Young, Delaware. Arkansas MAGA, that's right. Oh, this is one of my many pairs of reading glasses.
Local and in your face. The Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig on Oldies 95.3 and 96.9.
Yes, we are back. I'm Brian Craig, Steve Kane joining us. Hey, Steve. Good. before we get into the news, during the break, I was asking people in the chat room on my YouTube channel where they are from. And, of course, all over America. But we have a bunch of listeners listening to us live in Australia, York, England, Nigeria, Guam, Kuwait, an American contractor working in Kuwait. We're global, baby. Oh, man, so rough debate last night for, how do you say the governor of New York's name? Hochul? Hochul? Hochul.
Kosher.
Not kosher. Hochul. Hochul, like H-O-E, Cole, like local, but Hochul. So she's, let me play before we get to Oz and Fetterman, let me play her. This is Governor Hochul of New York last night, in a debate moment that if she were a Republican, her political career would be over, but the media are in the business of covering up the news. Listen, this is Hochul in the debate last night.
This governor, who still, to this moment, we're halfway through the debate, she still hasn't talked about locking up anyone committing any crimes.
Okay.
Anyone who commits a crime under our laws, especially with the change they made to bail, has consequences. I don't know why that's so important to you all.
I don't know why that's so important to you. Crime. Well, maybe because they're pushing people to their death in front of subway trains. That's got to be one of the top worst debate responses I've ever heard a candidate give.
There is a whole lot to choose from.
Yeah, but that's a bad one. Steve, they're having a crime rate wave like they haven't seen in 50 years in New York City. And why do you care about all this death, murder, rape, robbery? What's this on your mind for?
Without fear that you're going to be pushed in front of a tree.
Why are you worried about that? Why are you worried about that? Come on. Don't you all have a state trooper detail around you protecting you? Come on. What's the big problem?
When you look at the stuff that's come out today, if you combine it all, by the end of the week, none of these primary races should even be
midterm races.
Midterm races. Especially Fetterman.
Oh my goodness. Have you heard the clips I've been playing, Steve?
I've been listening tentatively, but it's hard. What they have done in defense, the press, their way of defending Fetterman is the way they released it, they've spread it all out so nobody can find it. I stayed up late to watch it. I figured it would be on Hannity or something. No. It's in the cold freeze up till now. And I have a feeling it's likely to remain a little...
Oh, no. They did... Okay, the debate last night with and I'm going to play some of the clips I played in the last hour again, because people need to hear this. The debate with Oz and Fetterman, which was the biggest train wreck of a debate I've ever seen, they made a... Yeah, I did. Yeah, I watched it this morning online. The mainstream media didn't carry it. And typically... a Senate debate is only carried on local television in that state. However, this Oz-Fetterman thing, because of the stroke and because of the controversy about a Trump endorsement of Oz, it's a national story. They should have preempted, Tucker Carlson and Hannity and played the thing. And this was everybody. Listen, I was driving down 95 in Miami the other day. I was in traffic for 2 hours. You know why? There was a little fender bender. When there's a car accident, people stop and watch. This was not a car accident. This was a train wreck. This was like when the Bright Line runs over someone, on the tracks here. That was a train wreck, and everyone wanted to stop and see it.
What I'm afraid of, and I think what you're going to find at the end of the day, is that compare the exposure was, compare the debate last night with Fetterman with what happened the night before with the
DeSantis.
Now, I had no trouble finding that. It was right there.
Yeah, but that's because it's a Florida debate. It was on the local news in Florida. They didn't run it on the national news.
More to it than that. There's more to it than that. I have a feeling that one of the conditions, I'm sure there were a lot of conditions laid down by the Fetterman people. One of the ones that they probably stuck to, and is that they wouldn't go with a moderator from Fox.
Now, I don't know, but I do know this. The clips of that debate are going to be all over the news today. It was so bad. You want to go through some of them? Okay, No, it's going to be all over the news today. Listen, we're first and we're ahead of the game as always. Yeah, I know I'm right. Now, the first clip here, I guess Fetterman won the coin toss and he got to go first. And he began the debate, the whole debate last night began with Fetterman saying goodnight to everyone. Listen.
As lieutenant governor, you're running for a seat that could decide the balance of power in Washington. What qualifies you to be a U.S. senator? You have 60 seconds.
Hi, good night, everybody.
I mean, I can't laugh. Yeah, his brain's not working. He was trying to say good evening, but he's got brain damage and things aren't working.
Good evening turned into good night.
Which is a goodbye. Yeah. Okay. Here, I know you're laughing, and I know it's kind of funny when you hear it like that, but when you watch the debate, like I watched it this morning. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's going to be all over the news today. It might take a few hours. It's going to be all over the news. It's a train wreck. They got to show it. I had a different reaction when I watched the debate. I wasn't laughing. I was sad. I felt sorry for the guy. Not enough to support him. He's not going to get a sympathy vote, but it was tragic. I found out from a caller, and I confirmed it. His wife's an illegal. Well, she was. She's got some status now, but she was an illegal. Fetterman's wife.
She's a hottie.
Well, that's what's most important, isn't it? The attractive level.
It beats anything else he's got going for him.
Yeah, she was an illegal. And I learned that from a caller. I looked it up online and verified it. Why is that not being highlighted? She came here illegally into our country. I mean, this is, that's the biggest issue. There's a few, is...
Maybe you'll be right, and the remark we're talking about good night and good evening getting mixed up, maybe that moment will be around a little bit, but you're not going to find a lot of negative stuff, I think.
Oh, yeah. No, it's going to be... And I'll tell you something. What Dr. Oz did that was amazing in that debate, and not many people would be able to do this in his position. He sat back and let Fetterman speak without trying to do like a debate and let his brain damage be seen. Yeah, well, like yesterday, the last call of yesterday's show was a woman who had a breakdown into tears because her daughter is in New York and she's scared. She's worried about her daughter, and her husband is very selfish and won't come to Florida and is letting his wife take the subway. I mean, I don't know what kind of husband does that. I mean, maybe someone that doesn't want the wife around. I don't know. But the woman was in tears, and you and I just sat back and let her talk. We didn't, you know what I mean? That's a hard thing to do for a lot of people. Yeah, and Dr. Oz, most people in Oz's position wouldn't sit back and let Fetterman just speak so people could observe how badly brain damaged he is. They would try to keep jumping in and like it was a normal debate. And, that was a tough position for Dr. Oz. When you've got someone who's brain damaged up there, you go too hard on him, you look like a bad guy. And plus, he, as a physician, he's supposed to have some sympathy for people that are brain damaged. And I think Oz did an amazing job that very few people... Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And it was... So he without question won that. Now listen, we're going to take our last break of the hour. I do have a highlight reel that has all the best. So when we get back, I'll play the highlight reel as opposed to just the individual clips. I got a highlight reel that I put together from the debate, and we'll share that when we get back. We can stop down as we want, but let's just do the highlight reel, and we can stop as we go if we choose. Now, listen, guys, I want to tell you, we talk about the crime. Call Sloman's, no matter where you are. I'm going to give you the number in a moment, and they'll tell you how you can get a free doorbell camera. And, it adds not just extra security, but safety. It makes you much more safe at home when you have a doorbell camera, and it works day and night in high definition with night vision. 833-283-5050, 833-283-5050. Call them and they'll tell you how you can get a free doorbell camera. 833-283-5050. 833-283-5050. We'll be right back. Call them and they'll tell you how you can get a free doorbell camera. 833-283-5050. 833-283-5050.
They're the most polarizing talk show hosts in all of South Florida. The Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig. Mornings 6 to 9 on Oldies 95.3 and 96.9.
Just because you're getting older doesn't mean you have to... Oh, man. Okay.
Craig, and I want to tell you about my anti-aging doctor, Dr. Mitch Matez at the Biostation West LA, and hormone replacement pellet therapy. Hormone replacement pellet therapy is all natural. What it does is restore your hormones to where they were when you were in your 20s.
Man, oh man. Make sure you guys like the video. Plugs Biden. Yeah. Yeah. How can you not feel sorry for Fetterman?
When I first meet him, they're like Joe Biden, and no one wants to be like him. And then I meet him again after they began hormone replacement pellet therapy, and they have their energy back, just like Trump. They're standing up tall, and they...
Oh, I've got one clip of Val Demings.
Free consultation with Dr. Matez when you tell them you heard about him on the radio.
The Fetterman campaign staff, they're looking for jobs. It's over.
The following message is sponsored by the Florida Department of Elder Affairs, the Florida Association of Broadcasters.
That's what Fetterman's people are doing.
Sarah is 64 and loves to garden. Recently, her health insurance ran out, leaving her worried about more than just weeds. She called the Elder Helpline and spoke with a volunteer Shine counselor about her options. There, she received free, unbiased
Let's see here.
insurance for those on Medicare. For more information or to volunteer, call 1-800-963.
Plum tender and delicious, crispy on the outside, succulent on the inside, everything homemade, nothing comes out of a can. Dozens of specialty sauces that will make your mouth water. Wings Plus, located in Coral Springs, a mile west of University on the south side of Sample Road.
Think you might have COVID? Have you come into contact with someone who is sick? Are you traveling and need a COVID test? Same-day PCR testing is available at any lab.
Gretchen Whitmer tweeted, abortion. What a sicko.
Vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-838-4715 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive...
I just got a text message from D in the chat room. And you're right on the money, D. Welcome, everyone who is new. Welcome to my channel and my stream. I'm here 5 days a week on the radio, on 6 radio stations in the morning, and we live stream on YouTube while we're on the radio. Oh, here we go. We're coming back. Yes, we are back. I'm Brian Craig. We're back. Steve Kane is here. Oh, man. Steve, before we get to the audio sound bites, we're in Christmas shopping season right now. There is no better place to do your Christmas shopping than at MyPillow.com. When you use our promo code KANE at checkout, K-A-N-E, you can save a lot of money and you'll find great Christmas gifts. Now, they have just restocked the MyPillow My Slippers, and Mike Lindell sent me this message to share with you all of him talking about his great slippers. With our promo code KANE, K-A-N-E, at checkout, you can get the MyPillow My Slippers for $90 off. They make great Christmas gifts for everyone on your Christmas gift-giving list, your wife, your husband, grandma, grandpa, your employees, even your children. Listen.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, and I'm excited to announce my original My Slippers are back in stock. You made them a huge success, and now I've added smaller sizes, larger sizes, wide sizes, and all new colors. And with your promo code, you still save $90 a pair. Not only that, I'm having the biggest closeout sale ever on our sandals and slides for as low as $19.98. What makes my slippers different is my exclusive 4-layer design that you're not going to find in any other slippers. My slippers' patented layers make them ultra comfortable, extremely durable, and they help reduce stress on your feet. Wear them anytime, anywhere. Use your promo code to save $90 on my original My Slippers, or for as low as $19.98, you can get our sandals or slides. Quantities won't last long, and with my 60-day money-back guarantee, you can rest assured they'll be the most comfortable footwear you'll ever own.
Yeah, and I've had a lot of guys ask me about the extra wide sizes. Now they have them. Remember, $90 off the MyPillow My Slippers with our promo code Kane at checkout, Kane at mypillow.com. You can also order by phone toll-free, 800-716-4879. 800-716-4879. I have one clip from Val Demings yesterday, Steve. This was not a debate. This is another screw-up on her part, and it was she revealed something about herself, Val Demings, who was destroyed by Marco Rubio in their debate. Let me play this clip. Val Demings, now remember, she keeps telling you she was a police chief, right? Listen to this. The audio's not great on this, but it's very good and important, and I'll tell you what she said if you can't hear it or make it out.
All of the elected officials, Commissioner, I know you're in the room, and other elected officials who may be in the room, let me tell you, after 27 years as a law enforcement officer, there's no doubt that's a tough job, that's a hard job, no doubt about it, but being in elected office, that's a whole nother level, y'all.
Okay. Well, that's okay. I'm going to tell you guys what she said. It's very important. I'm not going to let the muffled audio stop the exposure of a very, very bad person for Florida. That's Val Demings. She runs around telling you she spent her life as a cop. She was a police officer and became a police chief. And she was not joking when she made this comment. That comment that I have there, that piece of audio, was not for public consumption. That was at one of, well, I'm getting to it. That was at a private event that was not meant for the public to hear, okay? And what she said is that being an elected official is much more difficult than being a police officer. And she's not joking. She's telling the truth, and she gets applause from other elected hacks in the audience. And what that reveals about Val Demings is that while she might have had a gun and a badge, she wasn't really out there on the streets protecting anybody or enforcing law. The laws. She had some cushy job in an office somewhere, and that's how she calls herself a police officer. Very revealing moment. And because for the first time in her life, she's an elected official, she's running for a higher office in the Senate, she's being held accountable. And her debate was so disastrous with Marco Rubio. I said the day after, I watched that debate too, I said, it shows that every job she's ever had is because of affirmative action. And for the very first time, she's dealing with accountability, Val Demings, and she can't handle it. And when she says that being an elected official in a private meet is more difficult than being a police officer, that tells you she was not really a cop. Not like not outside of an office. Very revealing moment. And those of you out there that are police officers, I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. All right, so Fetterman, I do have a highlight reel. And let me just go through that, Steve, and we can stop it as we go if you want. But this is a highlight reel I put together this morning from the Fetterman-Oz debate. Pretty brutal.
Hi, good night, everybody.
Okay, now that was, of course, he opened the debate by saying good night, which means, yeah.
No, here's what I think we have to fight about inflation here right now. That's what we need to fight about, inflation. And I believe that, again, my doctors, the real doctors that I believe in, they all believe that I'm ready to be served.
I'm ready to be served. My doctors, all the ones I believe, say I'm ready to be served. What is this? To
say is they all agree that his goose is cooked.
Yeah, well, there was that episode of The Twilight Zone. Remember with the aliens that came to Earth and and they had the cookbook, maybe, but yeah, but he says the doctors I believe. That means there are doctors that are telling him he's brain damaged and shouldn't be running, but he chooses not to believe those. The doctors he chooses to believe tell him he's fit. The quacks.
Hi, good night, everybody. No, here's what I think we have to...
That's the best one. I mean, they're all anticlimactic after that one. I mean, I shouldn't even play the other ones. But
fight about inflation here right now. That's what we need to fight about, inflation. And I believe that, again, my doctors, the real doctors that I believe in, they all believe that I'm ready to be served.
I'm ready to be served, yes. Oh, my goodness.
That's it. He got his Pennsylvania house from his own inlays from $1.
What? From his own what? His inlays? What?
They all believe that I'm ready to be served. That's it. He got his Pennsylvania house from his own inlays from $1.
What's it? From his inlays from $1? What did? Oh my goodness! He's had a stroke. When you have a stroke, it kills parts of your brain. That's what a stroke does.
I do support fracking, and I support fracking, and I stand and I do support fracking.
Oh my goodness.
Lord.
Okay. Now, we all have to make sure that everyone that works is able to, that's the most American bargain, that if you work full-time, you should be able to live in dignity as well, true.
As well, true. See, the words are jumbled and mixed up. Listen to how he says this here.
That if you work full-time, you should be able to live in dignity as well, true.
Is well, true.
That's what I believe. I don't ever recall in the Statue of Liberty did they say, take our tired huddle masses and put them on a bus. Is there everybody in Braddock, an overwhelming majority community of black community, all understood what happened?
He's talking about when he put his shotgun to a black jogger's chest. Yeah.
I just don't want to forget this. It's a little bit of a sidestep, but have you seen any of the pictures of Braddock?
The only Braddock I know is Chuck Norris and Missing in Action.
Braddock is the...
Where he was mayor?
Mayor of.
Mm-hmm.
And they did I know it wasn't that long. It was like maybe a 60-second scan shot of the downtown Braddock, and it's a slum.
Oh.
You wouldn't. Oh, it was unbelievable.
Really?
I couldn't believe they showed it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, this is his great accomplishment. He was the mayor of Braddock.
A slum.
Understood what happened, and everybody agreed that. And whether it was a $50 tax break, about his farm in Montgomery County. So it's about supporting and helping, young earners. Young students.
Oh my goodness! I mean, this is. That was the moderator trying to save him, telling him he was out of time because he was getting so confused.
Exactly, Mr. Fetterman, do you propose doing that to make it more affordable for families?
No, I just believe making it that much more. It costs too much, and I believe providing the resources to reduce the tuition to allow families to be able to afford it.
They can't afford it anymore.
Oh my goodness! I mean, he's answering different questions than he's being asked. He's getting words jumbled. I mean, it's really sad.
He wasn't asked.
Yeah, it's really sad. It's really sad. And his wife, shame on her. His wife is a terrible person. She's a terrible, selfish, greedy person. What type of abuse? She's committing spousal abuse. Jill Biden's doing elder abuse on Joe. This is spousal abuse.
About everybody around him in his campaign, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
Cared about somebody when you put them in a position where they look like this?
Oh, no. But I'm a decent person, unlike Fetterman's wife, who came to this country illegally, is committing spousal abuse. And as far as I know, I think that's a crime, just like Jill Biden's elder abuse with her husband. Now, tomorrow's a big day. Tomorrow you're going to go see Dr. Appleton, Steve, about your hip pain.
Yes.
Well, let me tell you, the laser away pain system of Dr. Appleton's works. It works on more than just hips like Steve is going to go in for tomorrow. It works more than just on knees like I went in for. Any type of pain you have, the laser away pain system can help. And of course, any joint of your body, neck, tennis elbow, your fingers, your hands, but also strains and sprains, arthritis, any other type of pain you have, the laser away pain system can help. Now, Dr. Appleton is open 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday. No appointment is necessary. Walk-ins are welcome, too, because Dr. Appleton understands when you're in pain, you need help, you need relief. You can't wait around for an appointment. There are no injections, no surgery, no downtime, and no drugs with Dr. Appleton, and it works. I'm here to tell you, it's been almost 2 months since he rid me of my knee pain, which has not returned after just 2 treatments, and it's changed my life. You can find him online at AppletonChiro.com or give him a call, 954-973-0710. 954-973-0710. Make sure you tell Dr. Appleton you heard about him on the radio so you can take advantage of the no-charge consultation. If you have x-rays, bring them as well. We'll be right back after this. 0710. Make sure you tell Dr. Appleton you heard about him on the radio so you can take advantage of the no-charge consultation. If you have x-rays, bring them as well. We'll be right back after this.
The new.
All right. Where am I? Okay. I'm just reading an article here. It's the latest projections. I'm going to talk about this when we get back on the air. Cook Politico is projecting the Republicans gaining 25 seats in the House. Wow. 25 seat gain. I think we only need 5, right?
Fetterman also addressed his stroke in May, taking it head on as just another fight he's facing.
Fighting for everyone in Pennsylvania.
Officials in St. Louis now say the 19-year-old former student who killed a teacher and a 15-year-old girl in his old school was armed with an AR-15 style rifle, left behind a note lamenting that he had no friends, no family, no girlfriend, and lived a life of isolation. This is ABC News.
Finding the right Medicare plan? Oof, no easy feat. Kind of like those dances my granddaughter loves making me do. But then I found Walgreens Find Rx coverage. Lets you compare plans online, over the phone, or in person. Made Medicare shopping so easy. Plus, I found plans with low-cost copays. I can get down with that. When you need to talk Medicare, Walgreens is here. Start shopping today at walgreens.com/Medicare.
Just call in 888-GO-CANE-1. Hello. You'll thank us later. The Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
Yes, we are back. I'm Brian. Steve Kane is here. So I went through some of those just god-awful clips of Fetterman. So let me play this for you, Steve. I played this in the 6 o'clock hour, but this tells you, President Trump talks about fake news. MSNBC, right after the debate, went and had a panel going over how the debate went between Oz and Fetterman. Listen to this. This is Stephanie Rule leading a panel on MSNBC discussing the aftermath of the Oz-Fetterman debate. Listen to MSNBC's analysis.
Well, given how he performed recovering from his stroke, Michael, some Republicans are out there tonight saying that Fetterman is unfit, he should withdraw. But do they not have a race in the state of Georgia, someone running for the very same position in Herschel Walker, who's facing family scandals, lies about his past jobs, and in his last debate...
Yeah, well, it gets worse, Steve. But Herschel has not had a stroke and is not brain damaged, by the way.
It's a ridiculous analogy.
Yeah, well, wait until you hear her panel's analysis.
...prop badge and somehow believes he has some sort of adjunct role with the local police force.
Clearly, Mr. Walker is delusional, but I mean that's just a sideshow. When we talk about Pennsylvania, John Fetterman tried his best under difficult circumstances.
This is crazy.
As a doctor, I think literally violated the Hippocratic Oath. He would never have advised any patient of his, I hope, would have never advised any patient of his in the aftermath of a stroke to even be on a debate stage.
Oh, so it's Dr. Oz's fault.
John Fetterman
Dr. Oz is not his personal physician.
Was valiant in his effort. He tried his best to
And
answer
Yeah.
questions that were asked.
You know what this is?
Yeah, what is it?
You know what I kept thinking of when I was listening to them discuss some of this last night? The participation trophy.
Yeah. Yeah.
The whole psyche behind these liberals is, you get an award just for trying.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, at the end of the game, the winning team and the losing team, everybody gets a participation.
There are no losers.
That's exactly right. And just because Fetterman got up there and gave it the effort, just on the basis of that, they would have put him in a job that he's obviously not equipped to do.
Yeah. Well, I will say, Fredo, Chris Cuomo is back on News Nation, and he gave, let me play, this is
bless him.
Yeah, he's giving some real analysis. He's trying to shock viewers by being honest. This is Fredo Chris Cuomo on his new channel on News Nation.
Voters, I think, saw things that will definitely change the state of this race. It's not his fault, but Lieutenant Governor Fetterman struggled. And again, I'm not faulting him for it. I don't think his preparation was great, but he clearly is dealing with health issues that affect his ability to process and his ability to speak.
Yeah. Fredo. Yeah.
Wow, that brings a tear to my eye.
He's trying to go viral by being honest.
Finally get a word of honesty at
Yeah.
liberals.
Let's see, that's what happens, right? That's what happens. You got snapped back a little bit.
The other comments you heard weren't as on the money as...
Yeah, but Fredo is so desperate for people to know about him on this little-known cable channel, News Nation, that he's actually getting back to being honest. Maybe for the first time in his life. Maybe that'll attract viewers, if I'm honest.
I was going to say that would involve his having been honest in the past, which I...
Oh my goodness. He's a complete lunatic. Yeah.
With his comment, and I give him credit for it.
He messaged me on Twitter twice in fits of rage, Chris Cuomo. One time, the first time was insane. I get up, you guys all know, I get up early in the morning, I'm doing my show prep, and I'm on Twitter, and it's about 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, and Chris Cuomo had just taken a picture of a coffee pot in his house and says, first cup before work, and I just commented on it, and I said, it's nice to see a rich guy like you up early in the morning. Most of the rich guys in New York are just getting home from scores at this time. And he wrote me back, like within 10 seconds, on Twitter. What do you mean? Because someone comes from means and wealth doesn't mean they can't work hard? What do you mean? This is like 4 in the like, whoa. And then there was another time I was watching him on CNN. I can't remember what it was he was talking about. He went, but he did something. I went on Twitter, and I wrote some snarky comment about his performance. I can't remember what it was about. And it was right before a commercial break on CNN. They go to commercial break. Boom! 5 seconds later, Chris Cuomo messages me on Twitter. What are you talking about? You did not like my question? Was my question not thoughtful? Yeah, I couldn't believe with this. This was during the commercial break while he was live on CNN. Well, maybe he's gotten off the roids. You know? That may be it. Maybe we're seeing like his real personality, not that anger. I had Joy Reid once too get nasty with me on Twitter. You know, Joy Reid from MSNBC, you know, the nightly racist over there, right? She says Florida's a Jim Crow state under Ron DeSantis, right? I commented on something she said on Twitter. She took a photograph of my Twitter profile that shows that I follow her on Twitter, and she wrote me this nasty comment. And she said, you take issue with what I say, but you follow me on Twitter, you hypocrite. And I thought, my goodness, Joy Reid, calm down. You know, I mean, I couldn't believe it. And then she got her Twitter followers to start attacking me. These liberals are unhinged. And let me tell you, 2 weeks from... 2 weeks... Well, let me tell you, 2 weeks from today is the morning after the election. We will be here live giving you analysis. And I don't know if we're going to see unhinged liberals or depression. I'm reading this. Listen to this. Republicans gain more momentum with 2 weeks until midterms. The latest projection shows Republicans gaining up to 25 seats in the House of Representatives. The Senate is still on a knife edge, favoring Republicans. Biden just gave Democrats $18 million to save seats that he carried. So they're focusing on just trying to hold on to a couple things and not lose so bad. This is great. This is so great for this country. And you know, I've been watching a lot of the news.
Let's show a little restraint until it's a fact.
What do you want me to do?
So nervous.
Oh, you're always nervous. You'll be nervous the day after we win control. You'll be nervous. But what about the next? You're always nervous, Steve. That's just that thing. But but I don't want to make any comments. I don't want to make any comments about that personality trait, because then they'll be calling me anti-Semitic like Kanye, who's getting I told you guys Kanye was going to get in trouble for the comment about the Jews. I told you. I forgot what I was going to say, because you were telling me. Oh yeah, no. We're gonna gain 25 seats in the House. I don't think we're gonna. I went through all the sound bites. I have no more sound bites, Steve. I only played 12. I mean, you know, other than the 12 I've played so far in the last 2 hours, I have no more. I've played all my sound bites for today. But the thing about it is, the day after the election, we're not going to hear unhinged liberals. We're just going to hear depression. But one thing, this is what I was telling you.
You noticed in the absence of liberal participation in the last 2 weeks?
Yeah. Well, they're depressed. They're depressed.
That snarkiness and that sarcasm and all, usually they call it like Alan John and all that, they're headed for the hills.
Well, I'll tell you, one thing that I've not heard anyone talk about in the media, which you always hear, is that the party in control of the White House loses seats in both houses during the midterms. And I haven't heard anybody give that kind of analysis. But I'll tell you one thing that Al the John is... You've heard that? I haven't heard it once. We're watching different things. But I'll tell you something. Al the John has performed a public service. You know, we call him Al the John because he told us about a prostitute he had sex with, right? Remember this? On the air. And, you know, probably a lot of men, a lot of men probably that were using prostitutes no longer do, because they see the kind of men they got to sleep with, right? Al the John. And that's a big turnoff to a lot of men. So he may be helping clamp down on the sex industry. by turning people off of prostitutes. All right, listen, if you're on hold, stand by. I'm Brian. Steve is here. Our number, 888-GO-CANE-1. It's a toll-free call no matter where you are listening to us from. We'll go right to our phones after the break. Don't go anywhere. Back after this. Our number, 888-GO-CANE-1. It's a toll-free call no matter where you are listening to us from. We'll go right to our phones after the break. Don't go anywhere. Back after this.
The Steve Kane Show, telling it like it is, whether you like it or not. Oldies 95.3 and 96.9.
Brian Craig here. You've heard me talk about how Dr. Appleton has rid me of knee pain with his laser away pain system. Let me introduce you to Dr. Appleton.
I had a new patient on Saturday, came in with sciatica, leg pain. She lifted something wrong on Saturday. She said, "Can this help me?" And I said, "Sure." And we did the laser on her on Saturday. On Monday, she returned, and she said, "Thank you, thank you, thank you." The joy of doing this all these years is helping patients, and the laser is just an amazing tool that I use.
By the way, guys, please like the video, and if you're new to my channel, please subscribe. And I've had some pretty good podcasts this week. Last night's was very good, so check out my podcast, too. No, I think the Democrats are prepared to lose. I think the Democrats have already accepted that they're going to lose. Really. Yeah. The media don't like to talk to you about landslides and things because they want people to keep watching. The media, the cable news, want to keep a horse race going on to try to keep people interested in the suspense of what's going to happen. So the media don't like to talk about landslides 2 weeks out because to them, they'll tell people not to watch them. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to tell you what I think. Yeah, well, because Floyd's girlfriend didn't get any money. His family got the money because she wasn't married to him. And, of course, she's suing. She didn't get any of the lottery winnings. Well, thank you, Itchy Brain. Normal and healthy. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, we only have one opening on the board. The phones are very, very busy. Yeah, when I went to see President Trump's plane, that was Saturday. I couldn't believe how close I could get to that plane, and it is beautiful. That new paint job. I made that vlog on my iPhone 14 Pro Max, and it's in 4K. And it is just, oh, here we go. We're back. Yes, we are back. Oh, man. If you're on hold, stand by. The phones are cooking. I'm Brian, Steve Kane here, and I got a big question for you. This is an important question. Do you or someone you know and love suffer from neuropathy? You did, Steve. I mean, you were basically like Charlie Bucket's grandparents in the Gene Wilder, Willy Wonka, and the Chocolate Factory. You were bedridden with your neuropathy symptoms that you had. I mean, pretty bad.
And all the doctors, most doctors will just tell you there's nothing you can do about it, just learn to live with it.
You even went to a neurologist whose specialty is in such things, and he said, "That's your life now, Steve Kane. Get back to bed. Don't leave. You're going to suffer for the rest of your days. You're done." And, you know, thanks a lot, Doc. You went to medical school for that? But we sought out treatment for Steve's neuropathy symptoms, and it was a little selfish. We had the cruise. We got the cruise coming up in January and things like this. And we had some concern, what were you going to do, you know? And you had all the symptoms, too. If there's a neuropathy symptom, you have it. Numbness, pain, burning, tingling in the hands and feet. The hands and feet feeling like pins and needles, loss of balance, muscle twitching, muscle weakness. If there's a neuropathy symptom, you have it. And we found Lighthouse Medical Center in Pompano. Now, Lighthouse Medical Center have been in practice with the same family for 75 years in Broward County. I believe they may be the longest serving medical practice with the same family, right? In South Florida, certainly Broward County, the same family. Not only do they have a treatment for neuropathy, they have a treatment that works, because I've seen it work in you, Steve, and I've talked to countless listeners who have told us the same. Now listen, if you can't make it to their practice in Pompano, give them a call. If you're out of town, they still might be able to help you. Here's the number, okay? And let me tell you, this neuropathy treatment works. It works. Steve, you were like, oh, it was depressing too. Not only were you suffering from all of these things, you thought your life was over until Lighthouse Medical Center rid you of your neuropathy symptoms. Give them a call. And by the way, mention you heard about them on the radio, because if you do, it's a no-charge consultation. 754-222-6642. 754-222-6642. Online, Lighthouse Medical Center. Excuse me. Online, did they have a treatment to clear the throat? LighthouseMedicalCenter.com, and they're called Lighthouse because there's a lighthouse down the street in Pompano on the beach. LighthouseMedicalCenter.com, and say bye-bye to your neuropathy symptoms. Okay, the phones are cooking. Let's go. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Brian. Good morning, Larry.
Mm-hmm.
How you doing?
All right. How are you, Larry?
What's up, Larry? I'm good, thanks. Hey, Brian. Steve, I watched the entire Oz-Fetterman debate last night, and a couple of things I noticed. One, Dr. Oz did a great job, and that's not even going to probably be talked about. Two, Fetterman was so incoherent that he couldn't even talk about what he believes in and the things that he thinks are good for the country, because all he did was stumble all over his words. And then number three, even on the news that comes on at 8 o'clock on your show, they pulled out the 3 or 4 words that he was able to string together.
Mm-hmm.
So those are the sound bites that the people are gonna.
But here's the thing. If this were the 80s or early to mid 90s, that would work, because all we had access to is what the networks put on television. And now there's so much media out there, because of the internet and all of that, they can't hide the truth, and they only further discredit themselves by taking 1 or 2 words he put together and making it sound like he's with it. He makes Biden sound coherent.
It was so difficult to watch. I as a human, I feel really bad for the man.
What kind of person do you think his wife is to put him through that?
It's disgusting. It really is. I watched that, and you kind of understand what he's trying to say, and he comes nowhere near putting it together.
When he was saying goodbye, when he was trying to say hello, yeah.
He says in-laws, he means in-laws.
Mm-hmm.
It's just.
Yeah, no, that's it. I mean, he displayed he's unfit for office, and Dr. Oz allowing him to just go on without interrupting, it was a very smart move on his part, Dr. Oz.
He did, and that's also what I mean about him doing a great job. There were so many times he could have, hey, could you re-explain that? Could you go over that one more time? And he get away from all that.
Yeah. Hey, all right. Hey, listen, appreciate the call. All right, Larry, take care. Good caller. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, this is Helen.
Hey, Helen.
Hi. Am I on?
You're on the air. Yeah, go ahead.
Okie dokie. Hillary Clinton, habitual liar Hillary.
I stopped caring what Hillary Clinton had to say like 5 years ago. I mean, we've got instead of these old has-beens they're not even running. I mean, we got Fetterman, we've got Gretchen Whitmer at a disaster last night, Hochul in New York. Exactly. So I mean, I just can't get myself interested in what Hillary Clinton says about anything. Well, that's that. Listen, Hillary Clinton had a job when she was First Lady and when she worked on her husband's first campaign, and it was a really scummy job. She worked on a special team with George Stephanopoulos on James Carville, and her job, when a woman came forward and was a victim of a beatdown by her husband or a rape victim, her job with her team was to go out there and discredit rape victims. Okay, Hillary Clinton once defended a rapist, and she won the case of a 40-year-old man who raped a little teenage girl who was 13, 14 years old. Okay, so Hillary Clinton is a scum bucket. Okay, she is the lowest of the low. The scummiest lawyer you can think of that does criminal defense work, she's worse. And for the life of me, the only thing I feel sorry for are the heels on the back of her shoes that have to hold up those ankles. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, it's Jim from New York. How you doing?
Hey, Jim.
Hey, James.
And so, a couple things. Yeah, that was disgusting, that Fetterman thing. And you think that, the one thing I thought about with our great President Trump, I wish that in debate one in the presidential election, he would have let Biden bury himself, basically like Oz allowed Fetterman to bury himself last night. He made himself look like he is, and people haven't, seen Biden in office the last year and a half. Don't want any more of that. The other point I wanted to bring up is the governorship in New York is actually up for play, believe it or not.
Yeah, we might win that one.
Yeah, we might win.
I think we're going to. I'd make us a favorite.
It went from, 12 points 3 weeks ago to now 3 or 4. And, people are sick of it.
And our guy survived, Zeldin survived an assassination attempt on stage during this campaign. That story's disappeared. And then and Hochul last night said, I don't know why you're concerned about crime. Maybe because a man tried to murder him on the campaign trail in New York, Governor. What the hell? Remember that? He jumped on stage with that bizarre knife. He had
And that disappeared quickly. Well, it's like the city. I think Steve and I have talked about it. The city is just like it was back in the late 70s into the 80s.
Worse.
It's worse. It's escape from New York.
But back then, weren't you safe during the day? These guys are doing crime during the day. It used to be just at night. Hey, listen, Jim, we're up against the break. We're going to take our bottom of the hour break. Oh, man. Just the talk of Hillary Clinton has upset me, Steve. Ugh. All right, we'll take our break for the bottom of the hour. It's the Steve Kane Show. Back after this. Oh, man. Just the talk of Hillary Clinton has upset me, Steve. Ugh. All right, we'll take our break for the bottom of the hour. It's the Steve Kane Show. Back after this.
Tired of boring mornings? We serve controversy with your morning coffee. The Steve Kane Show. Oldies 95.3 and 96.9.
I was just texting. One of our sponsors was texting me something. I can't share it, but it was Oh, man. What? I'm answering some... I talked earlier, I was not exaggerating. I woke up today, I had 90 text messages. So I've been answering some of the text messages during the show today. During the commercial breaks. That's like a record to wake up to. 90? That's a lot. It's posting. We see you, Kitty Hawk. Kitty Hawk and Nimitz, 2 aircraft carriers. I've been on the Nimitz. I took a tour of the Nimitz. Many years ago. I don't know if it's the same Nimitz that's floating around now, but back in the 90s, I took a tour of the Nimitz here in Florida.
Station on 41st Street, reporting on those skyrocketing gas prices. Excuse me, miss, are you buying less gas now because of the high prices?
Oh, I never pay full price for gas anymore. I just use the free Upside app that pays.
I'm not sure where that town hall is.
Wait a minute, are you saying you actually get paid cash when you buy gas with the Upside app?
Yes, I get real cash back every time I buy gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
I've made around $200.
Wow, well there you have it. Stop paying full price for gas. Download the free Upside app and get real cash back every time you buy gas. This is Matt Crowder Radio News Network. Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code SALE for an extra 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or any gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code SALE for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code SALE.
A sniffle here and a sneeze there. Your first thought is what? Uh-oh, I'm coming down with something. But did you ever think you might not be sick? You might have an allergy. Find out and have your allergies tested at any lab test now of Coral Springs or any lab test now of Boca. Any lab test now of Coral Springs is located at 955 North University Drive on the southeast corner of University and Ramblewood by the Coral Square Mall. Give them a call 954-906-5983. 954-906-5983. Any lab test now of Boca is in the Sandalfoot Plaza. That's where the Western Beef is, south of Palmetto and north of Hillsborough.
All right, we're coming back.
561-237-5009. 561-237-5009. They will test for both environmental and food allergies. No appointment is necessary. And make sure you mention you heard about them on the Steve Kane Show.
My heart was racing just making spaghetti. I could have waited to tell my doctor, but I didn't wait.
I was short of breath just reading a book. I could have delayed telling the doctor, but I didn't wait.
They told their doctors and found out they have atrial fibrillation, a condition which makes it about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. If you have one or more of these symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness, this is no time to wait. Contact your doctor.
Brought to you by Bristol Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Now, back to the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
Yes, we are back. I'm Brian. Steve Kane is here. I was just reading a story. A radio host in the United Kingdom died live on the air, Steve. He had a heart attack on the air. This is in the UK. And he dropped dead on the air while broadcasting in the studio. Oh, my goodness. On the air. Yeah, we had a couple incidents. Remember you saved Craig Worthing, had a stroke live on the air years ago? Yeah. You were listening on the radio when he stroked out and you went and, yeah. Steve had to call 911 and the paramedics on me on the air. You know, I talk a lot about how I suffer from dehydration. You know, I drink a lot of coffee and not enough water. And I was severely dehydrated so bad that live on the air I collapsed and had kind of like a seizure. And you would think it'd be the other way around because of our age differences, that I'd be calling 911 on Steve. But no, you called the paramedics, and it was so chaotic, we left all the mics on. And the board op, this is when we had our other studio, the board op, whoever we had then wasn't listening, didn't even know this happened, and this all went out over the air. And I collapsed on the floor, and all you could hear me say is, Steve, I can't get up. And then Steve called 911, and you hear the paramedics come and take me out of the studio. If anybody has that on tape, send it to me. Maybe I'll put it on YouTube or something. That was pretty scary stuff, but this guy dropped dead live on the air. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. I wonder if he was... It doesn't say if he was actually talking. He's in the United Kingdom. We wouldn't know who he is. Tim Gow. Or Go. G-O-U-G-H. Go. Tim Go. Like Van Gogh, but with a G? Yeah, Go. Tim Go. Just, it's spelled like Van Gogh without the Van. So, Tim Go. I doubt that's his real name. I think he probably made that name up, took it from Van Gogh. But, yeah. He died while on the air. Now I know some people that have felt like they were dying on the air many days in a row. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, you know, I don't think I've ever felt like I was dying on the air. You know, but I know some people that are dying every day. Now, I want to tell you, before we get back to everything, my wife is home from the hospital. She came home late last night, and she's still in a lot of pain, but not as much. And she's recovering from her surgery. And what's today? Today's Wednesday, and yeah, so I'm not going to have her do any cooking, at least until Friday. So no, there's not going to be any cooking for a while. So I'm gonna ask. I'm a great guy. That's right. Yeah, that's right. No, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask my wife to pick a few items off of the Anne Marie's menu and do some takeout. So we'll eat Anne Marie's for the next few days, and I'm looking at their Italian favorites section, and my mother's not Italian, but she made Italian food all the time, and I love Italian food. Yeah, of course. Oh, yeah.
Meat pizza. Is that what they call it?
Well, they call it the meat lovers.
Meat lovers pizza. With extra meat and extra cheese and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What we do is we take it home, we freeze it.
Get out of town.
So 2 slices. Yeah. And it lasts,
You froze it.
Great, and it's so sensational.
Oh, that's great.
Breakfast about 4 days in a row. It's highly recommend.
You know, I try to hold off doing the Anne Marie's message until towards the end of the show because I'm getting the hunger pains right now as we're talking. Well, I'll take that into consideration, but I'm looking at their Italian favorites. Okay, the Alfredo, butter, Parmesan, a touch of heavy cream. Oh man, that's awesome. The lasagna, Grandma's recipe. When they say Grandma's recipe, it really is Grandma's recipe. This restaurant is family owned and operated, okay? The lasagna, Grandma's recipe, made with layers of pasta, ricotta, and ground beef. The baked ziti, which was the first entree I had, is out of this world. And there's spaghetti and meatballs. Listen to this. You get your choice pasta and Anne Marie's homemade sauce, and it really is homemade, with 2 large homemade meatballs. You can substitute Italian sausage at no charge for the meatballs. Well, I think I'm going to get it with both. Okay, Anne Marie's is located in Pompano on the northwest corner of Copans Road and US 1 Federal Highway in the same plaza as the movie theater. Make sure you tell them you heard about them on the radio when you stop in. They're open for lunch, dinner, and takeout. All right, so so obviously we don't want to get overconfident, but here's the thing about the media. The cable news don't want to tell you, even Fox, okay, they don't want to tell you how well things are going for us because, not because they don't want you to be overconfident, they want you to watch. That's why everything is breaking news on Fox News. If they tell you we're going to gain 25 seats and not to worry, they're afraid people won't be watching and hanging on their every word for the next 2 weeks. You know, so, yeah, no, but... No, but we're this is really, I know they say this every election, this is the most important election of our lifetime. Well, this one certainly is, because what's happened, this election is President Trump's first of many steps in taking back the Republican Party from these fake Republicans, these establishment Republicans that hate us, okay? The Weekly Standard, Lincoln Project types, okay? The Greg 2 types. He's taking back the Republican Party from these hacks that are working with the Democrats. And I'll tell you, this is, I'm not saying this is definitely going to play out this way, but I think, you want to talk about overconfident, I think McCarthy is overconfident about being the speaker. I don't think that's it depends on how big the Trump endorsement majority is. This new wave of Republicans that take over the House, these are people that are going to be loyal to Trump. They got the seats because of Trump, and they're going to need him in 2 years to hold. Remember, the whole House is up every 2 years. They're all under pressure all the time, right? Because they run like the next day. They're starting the next campaign. And I'm not so sure Kevin McCarthy is going to be the speaker. He yelled at Trump on January 6th. He colluded with the war criminal's daughter, Liz Cheney, and Nancy Pelosi. He was actually thinking about making moves to remove President Trump from office and make Pence the president. And I know Trump knows more about this than we know, and he does. And if he thinks, I believe, if President Trump thinks that he can get another speaker that's more on our page and the MAGA wing, that he'll do it. I don't think Kevin McCarthy. He chances are he will be our speaker. Depends on how big the MAGA Republican majority is in the House.
With the justice settled after what we were hoping
Mm-hmm.
to be a landslide victory by the Trump Republicans, that's what Trump's going to.
And this has happened before. If you remember, Newt Gingrich had a scandal, and he had to step down as speaker. I can't remember the details of it. I'm sure it involved sex, right? And he had a replacement that they picked. Remember Livingston? Livingston was, and they were going to vote tomorrow. It was going to be Livingston. He was going to be the speaker after Newt, and then boom, something came out involving sex. And he had to step aside. And then they picked Denny Hazard, who ended up having like a gay sex scandal later on, and he became the speaker right after Newt, not Livingston. So if we get a huge MAGA loyal House, Livingston, Kevin McCarthy might find himself not being the speaker, and I don't like that guy. I don't trust him. I call him the Judas of Mar-a-Lago. And I can only imagine what Trump knows that we don't know about Kevin McCarthy. And if he ends up being the speaker, so be it. But I would rather it be, Jim Jordan.
Is over, depending on the size of the victory.
Mm-hmm. And that's right.
Cards on the table.
That's right.
Find out if the final battle for the soul of the party is going to be waged, and will either carry through and be the leader or challenge.
Well, and then we got to also think about Mitch McConnell not being the Republican leader in the Senate, because he's a snake and he works for China. And he's actually sleeps with a Chinese spy. That's well known. So if we get rid of those guys as our leaders, but it may take the next election to do that, the next election cycle. President Trump's doing everything in steps to gain a greater MAGA majority in the Republican Party. Listen, callers on hold, stand by. We're going to take our break to touch base with William Youngerman with our Morning Gold Report, but we will go back to the calls after the break. Our number, toll-free, 1-888-GO-CANE, 1-888-465-2631, 1-888-465-2631. Callers, stand by. We'll take our break and be right back. 631, 888-465-2631. Callers, stand by. We'll take our break and be right back.
The longest running radio show in the state of Florida. The Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig. Oldies 95.3 and 96.9.
All right, and each morning at this time, we touch base with William Youngerman from the offices of William Youngerman Incorporated with the Gold and Precious Metals Report. William Youngerman, good morning.
Good morning, Brian. How you doing?
Great. How the metals looking?
Metals looking good, actually. Gold seems to be building a very strong strong base around $1,625 to $30, and it's been moving slightly higher each day, seeing higher highs and higher lows. So that's very productive towards a basing out for the metal. And if you haven't taken advantage of this dip that we've had over the last couple of months, now would be a great time to do it. Gold yesterday trading in a range of 1638 to 1663, closing out the day at 1653.10, which was up $3.40. Silver was up 12 cents, closing out the day at $19.33 the ounce. Our platinum lost $8 at $917, and palladium was down $38 at $18.57. This morning we saw gold moving higher again, trading in a range overnight from 1650 to 1676. Right now up $12 at $1,665. Silver up 12 cents right now at $19.45 the ounce. Platinum is up $18 at $9.35, and palladium is up $33 at $1,890. So the metals are doing real fine, great buying opportunities.
Yeah, and I know this may seem a little early when we talk to William Youngerman about the metals. We always talk about Christmas shopping with William Youngerman, and the metals, you'll talk about the jewelry and watches, but the metals make great gifts for the kids and grandkids. But the prices are so good, William Youngerman, right now on all the metals. I think maybe we should start talking about Christmas before it's even Halloween right now.
Yeah, take advantage of the price drop and start adding to your Christmas shopping list right now. Gifts that will last for a lifetime for people that give especially silver and gold gifts, coins to their youngsters and teach them about saving money and owning something that's real in the way of money.
Well, and I'll tell you, Steve, one of your sons, you started getting him involved with gold and silver when he was a little boy, and this is not a joke. He's now the wealthiest member of the family, and I'm not joking. It's true. It's true, isn't it? True. It is, and it's because of that. Yeah, no, it's true. And let me tell you, you also have great deals on jewelry and watches, William Youngerman. Can you tell people about that too? That make great Christmas gifts.
Certainly. We have our jewelry department, which is you have to ask for Steve Kane pricing, and we will bring it out of the vaults to show our Steve Kane listeners. We're basically a wholesaler, but we have all beautiful estate jewelry and other jewelry that you can buy for basically the gold and silver values. With very little commission added to that. So far less than the manufacturer's cost of buying jewelry, you can get it from us.
Yeah, and also something to ask about. I don't know if you have any in now, William Youngerman, but great gifts also, sterling silverware sets and things like this too.
Silver sets, we have beautiful sterling jewelry. The opportunity to add to that before the holiday season is a great time to do it now.
Yeah, and another day when we have more time, we'll talk about the watches in detail because, oh man, the watches blow your mind what you can get and for the price. Now, William Youngerman is located right here in Boca at 150 East Palmetto Park Road on the first floor of the Bank of America building, immediately east of US 1 Federal Highway on the south side of Palmetto Park Road. You can find him online at williamyoungerman.com. He opens up weekdays at 10 a.m. And if you can't stop in, you can do all these transactions over the phone, including the buying of these great the jewelry and things we've been discussing. Here's the number, 1-800-327-5010. 1-800-327-5010. All right, William Youngerman, we'll touch base tomorrow. All right, back after this.
On the air since 1977, it's the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
Yes. All right, welcome back, everyone. I'm Brian. Steve Kane is here. Callers on hold, stand by. Our number, 1-888-GO-KANE-1. 888-465-2631. Well, this is the way it is. I mean, this is if you think about it, Steve. And I'll throw this out to the audience. There have been a lot of debates in the last 2 weeks. I can't think of one debate where the story wasn't the Democrats were destroyed. There hasn't been one victory out of any debate reported, and that's something I've never heard of. I mean, there may have been a draw here and there, but there has not been a debate where a Democrat has come out and said, oh, that Democrat won that debate. It hasn't happened once. All right, let's go to the phones. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Brooklyn Bagel.
Oh, liberal Al the John. Yes.
Well, first of all, when you talked about the prostitute, my brother-in-law bought a prostitute for me back in 2003.
Oh, so this is interesting. This is great. So your brother-in-law bought a prostitute? What your family are into sex trafficking? You have slaves, sex slaves? You mean he bought a woman for you?
Costa Rica, and he was playing a joke on me.
Yeah, well, the joke was on the hooker that had to have sex with you. Let me ask you this.
Just out of curiosity, when you choose your prostitutes, do you prefer white prostitutes or black prostitutes?
I love Hispanic women.
Oh, okay. Well, Hispanic prostitutes. So this is interesting. So you and your brother-in-law were. Oh.
I want to pursue this a little bit. I'm kind of curious as to, because I know what a liberal you are, and I'm surprised that you are not more into
African American prostitute. Yeah.
Women.
Well, the thing is, she chose me. She was.
The hookers don't choose you. The hooker didn't choose you, Al. Oh my goodness. He thinks the hooker chose him.
Fetterman.
So I got a question for Al. Listen to this, Al. So you and your brother-in-law are in Costa Rica involved in sex slavery. You said he bought a prostitute. When you got home to Florida, did you tell your sister that her husband pays prostitutes? And what was her reaction?
And my sister wasn't happy about it.
Okay, so you came home and told your sister that her husband paid a prostitute to have sex with you. So when you told your sister, I'm your sister right now. Let's do some role play. I'm your sister. You're my brother. Tell me what you said to your sister about her husband paying prostitutes in Costa Rica.
If you were my sister, you'd be one of these sister. I tell you. Listen, that was 19 years ago.
I know, but when you told your sister that her husband pays prostitutes, what words? I want to hear it. What'd you say to her exactly?
I said, listen, I was a woman who was 20 years younger than me. Did that?
Oh, you excused it. Let me tell you, I've got sisters. If I found out that their husbands hired hookers, I wouldn't be excusing it.
Doghouse for a while.
For a while? She stayed with him?
Of course she did.
Oh my goodness.
Anyway, listen.
Does he still hire prostitutes or not? Do you know? Do you guys still hire hookers?
Every poll in reference to...
Oh, he dodged that question, Steve.
Every poll has him up by 30 points.
Who's up by 30 points? Who is up by 30 points?
DeSantis lost by 30 points.
To who?
To Chris.
Who are you polling? What poll has Charlie Crist 30 points ahead of Ron DeSantis?
The Associated Press poll.
Okay, hold on. I'm online right now. Tell me what to Google. I thought you said Associated Press. Which poll am I looking up? Ron DeSantis, Charlie Crist, poll. Is that what you want me to look up? What do I Google? Okay, Ron DeSantis, Charlie Crist poll. Is that what I'm Googling? Okay, and I'm going to find what? Florida Hispanic voters back DeSantis over Crist and support Martha's Vineyard migrant fights. That's NBC News. Tallahassee Democrat. DeSantis and Rubio lead by double digits. FAU poll. DeSantis leading Crist. Where's the poll where Crist is 30 points ahead, Al? Is that with the Costa Rican hooker?
No, it's the debate poll.
What debate? You mean the people in the audience? That the audience was made up of Crist people. Those people in the audience in the pink shirts? Oh my goodness. I should have let him go when he said that the hooker wanted him.
Well on that.
Yeah. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, it's Mike in Bucko.
Oh, hey, Mike. Sorry that you got to follow Al.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago I called and Al had a call before me.
I wonder, is there a way we can fumigate that line that he called in on? I mean, that line seems like a dirty line now.
I'm sure there's someone there that maybe has COVID experience in cleaning houses. They can clean the lines. I've never heard of a poll. I'll say 30 points. Each poll.
Yeah.
I'll say.
Yeah, he was. Listen, he was desperate to get off the hooker talk with the brother-in-law.
Should have asked him if he was at the airport on a payphone.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. What Al likes to do is he pulls up YouTube videos of airport noise in the background and pretend he's at an airport. Yeah, he does that a lot. Yeah.
So we watched the Ron DeSantis debate. It was Charlie Christmas. He had the same answer like 8 different times, and it's always it's the same old rhetoric ever since Trump's been out of office. You like Trump, you like this, you like that, and the best answer was the only old dog you want to get rid of is the one on stand next to me. And that was like the moment when Reagan had second term with Fritz Mondale, and he was talking about his age, and then he was like, oh yes, about his youth, and that killed him right there. Same thing, just reversed. So we watched that debate. Last thing we watched the Fetterman debate. Minus the stroke. The guy, I don't know what he has nothing. It was terrible. I felt bad because of the stroke, but his answers were just.
Well, the way I would describe Fetterman, and listen, I've had people in my family have strokes. My stepfather had a stroke, and I saw the CAT scan after, and half his brain was a different color than the other half because it kills. Yeah. So I'm not making fun of someone's stroke condition. It's a terrible thing. However, his wife is a sick, twisted woman who's committing spousal abuse.
This is Joe Biden 2.0.
Yeah.
Pure abuse. I mean, that is even I saw a lot of people on YouTube. It was pretty good. Maybe he's changed a little bit. Chris Cuomo, he's on that News Nation show, and.
Yeah, we played that earlier. Yeah. Hey, Mike, we're running short on time, but thanks for the call. It's good to hear from you. All right, Mike in Boca, he's a good caller. Good morning. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Brian from Deerfield.
Hey, Brian. What's up?
Brian, it's a great comment on Jim Jordan. Jim Jordan, he's bright, he's aggressive. I think he's a Trump loyalist. And you remember when they found out that I think Frank McCarthy was sharing that apartment with a Democratic pollster from Fox?
Frank Luntz. He was sharing an apartment with Frank Luntz, Kevin McCarthy.
Luntz, that's it.
And you know what? And this was just last year. He was lying about it, including to his wife, who thought he lived at his office. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jordan would be a terrific Speaker of the House. Terrific.
Oh, yeah. And, that thing with Kevin McCarthy living with Frank Luntz. Frank Luntz is a weirdo. His home is in Brentwood, California. And Frank Luntz has a replica of the Oval Office in his private home. And on a hat rack, he has I'm not making this up. Look this up online. He has on a hat rack in the replica of the Oval Office in his own home, which is very weird. He has a blue dress with a stain on it that's there on permanent display. And that's who Kevin McCarthy, I'm serious, I'm not making this up, I'm good, but I'm not that good. And Google it, you'll find it, unlike Liberal Al's poll, and that's who Kevin McCarthy was living with, plus that toupee. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. He always, when he always with the dressing, he always looks like he's trying to putting something over on the public who support the Republican Party. He's, I think,
been on a mission to destroy Trump because he wouldn't hire him. Hey, appreciate the call. Thanks so much. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Oh, Sarah from Fort Myers.
Hey, Sarah, we only got a minute left. Monique, I don't trust her.
What's the problem?
Because who is her mentor? Kevin McCarthy. Now, I don't trust her. I hope so.
Joe Biden got his fifth booster. It's like who?
Yeah, I know. Yeah. All right. Boom. Oh, we got through the whole show without the dump button, and I used the dump button. Did you? You didn't hear that, did you, Steve? Yeah. Okay. Nobody heard that but me. But we got through the whole show, and I had to use the dump button in the last 30 seconds. Oh man. All right, listen, we're out of time for today. I'll tell you after the show what that person said. Holy smokes. It's the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest-running radio show. God bless America, and God bless Donald Trump. Oh, man. Hey, guys, thanks so much. Make sure that you like the video before you go, if you don't mind. And also, subscribe if you're new. Yeah, they are. So they're building us a new studio at a new location. And I was told yesterday that I will probably be there by the end of next month, but I'm not sure yet. I haven't got all the details on it, but I'll find out more in the coming days. All right, guys, take care. Thanks for watching.